All right, guys, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Waiting patiently, as always, for the intro to finish up. Welcome back to MBG Live. It's not in full effect yet, but I'm looking to streamline. So look out for that, MBG Live. Corey, what's up, man? It's nice to see you here. Nice and early. Hotshot says, I am new here. That's a lie. You almost got me, though. When do I think we're getting PSSR? We'll probably talk a little bit about that. I hope to not be too repetitive. Hopefully not too repetitive. I'm not looking to just completely repeat yesterday's stream. Hopefully that's not what will happen today. And Corey, the legend Landiga, not only is he here early, but he's dropping the member gifts early for you guys. Corey opens up a 5-pack. We see that 5-pack emoji in the chat. W's in the chat for Corey. We know why he does that. Apparently, Corey and Boss are on the same page today because Boss is waiting. Boss is here, and he knows what's up. Corey, thank you so much for that, buddy. Yeah, appreciate the support you guys have been showing. We've been hitting our goal, the first goal we always shoot for, which is 25. We've been hitting that pretty much every stream. So thank you for that that consistency. It means a lot. Oh, and Corey, I almost forgot.
I'm no hero. Never was.
Metal
Never
Gear
will
Collection
be.
Volume 2 at the State of Play. Volume 2? I don't know. Konami said they were working on it. Konami said. They told me. They said it was well in development. Josh, yeah, so I brought up that video. I don't know if I'm going to react to it right now, Josh, but I appreciate that. Steven Leon in the chat. What's up, Steven? He says, dude, you look like a kid. Beardless BG. What? Whoa. A kid. Boss, he said a kid. He said I look like a kid. Well, Steven Leon must like it because Steven's in here following up Corey dropping 20 member gifts. Steven Family Leon. Family. Rips open the 20-pack. Guys, we can finally use it. It's time. I think we used it for Michael, but now we can use it for Steven. I want to see the 20-pack emoji. 20-pack emote. Let's go. Steven, thank you so much, man. Incredibly kind and generous of you to kick off this stream by dropping 20. Guys, we just hit 25. Boss is going to be very happy. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know it yet. Maybe he knows now. Boss. Zero reaction. Boss is my fat spirit animal. Indeed, that's a way to put it. He is. He's a chunky one. I'm sorry, bro, but you are. We've talked about this. But Steven, thank you so much, man.
Holy shit.
Actually, here we go. Come on, boss. Come on. Nice and early.
Boasty, read me. It's time to feed the beast.
You can thank Steven and Corey for that, bro. They got you. And Steven, I got to play one more for you. I still haven't made it an actual soundbite. I don't think I have enough room left on my keyboard. But this soundbite is for you, Steven, for dropping 20 member gifts.
Suck on this!
And there you go. Steven, suck on this. Leon, appreciate it, man. Yeah, so manly beardless gamer, listen. Did I take a razor to my face? I did. Did I feel good about it? I don't know. I don't know. But I felt it. You know what I mean? It's a man thing. You guys know. You guys know. Sometimes you just get that urge where you're like, I think it's time to shave and go with the stash. That's funny. You guys are saying I look so young now. I mean, that's not a bad thing though, right? Is it so bad to look young? Wait, MBG, should I pay Nick? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. To send you a video on Cameo instead of paying for a membership? Listen, Joseph, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. I always want to encourage people when it comes to memberships, you'll make him roast me. You know what? On second thought, Joseph, I can't be having any of that. I mean, what kind of roast are we talking about? I can't. Dude, you're going to have Leon roast me, bro? Come on. I guess I shouldn't expect any different. I shouldn't expect anything less. Does Mrs. like it? That's all that matters. Mrs. MBG will be the first to tell you that she definitely prefers the beard. She still likes the way I look, though. Well, I mean, I think she does. That's what she told me. But she told me to go with the goatee at first, which I did for a little bit, and now I just kind of wanted to see what the stash would look like. Just clean shaven stash. The good news is, if you are highly offended by the way I look right now, give it a couple weeks, and we'll be very close to back to normal. Okay. By the way, welcome back to your perch, boss. Yeah, boss is fully integrated once again, or I should say Clark. Clark is fully integrated. There's really no issues now at all between Clark and any of the cats, even with Leia, so they're all getting along. Boss is back to his old ways, which I think is not to my detriment. I'm not entirely sure, but take it easy there, boss. You don't have to eat it all at once. But yeah, I appreciate you guys joining me today. And thank you for getting us off to an immediately strong start with the memberships. That's always appreciated. We're going to talk today about a couple of things, though. I want to talk more about Santa Monica Studio because it's starting to look like Santa Monica is getting ready for a reveal. Now, I don't know for sure that it's going to be Cory Barlog's game, but there's just some rumblings. There's some rumblings, you know? And you pair that with the fact that Santa Monica has been quiet for a very long time. I'm thinking this might be something big that happens. I don't want to get people overly excited. Keep your expectations low, just like Kratos will tell you. But I do want to talk a little bit more about Santa Monica. We're going to get the GTA 6 demo. Oh, a demo. Not even a trailer 3, just a straight demo. We're getting a demo. I like the way Corey thinks. He wants the demo. The Order 1887. Man, that would be something else. I don't think that's what it's going to be. Luna, come on. There's some more treats up here. Boss left you some. Look, I'm signaling. There you go, Luna. We're also going to talk about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls because I think this is a leak. It's kind of weird because it was just straight up like updated on their Steam page, but we're finding out how many characters are going to be there at launch. And it's causing I'm not going to lie, it seems to be causing a little bit of controversy amongst the fighting game community. So we'll talk about that. Knobdog Games, a member for 8 months, says, is this the state of play where they talk more about PSSR 2.0? That's probably where GTA 6 would be mentioned, if at all. We were talking a little bit about that yesterday. My feeling on this one is I think there's a pretty good chance that Sony will announce the big PSSR 2.0 update, but I don't think it's going to be like a big presentation from Mark Cerny or something like that. I think that will come later on. I think it will be just like a minute, maybe 2 minute long trailer where, I mean, Mark Cerny might not even be part of it. I mean, if you look at the format of the state of plays, Mark Cerny has come out during a state of play before. You know, they have like that state of play background and they'll have like developers standing in front of it. So they could like bring Mark Cerny out to say they've been working on this big update and it'll be coming out like next month or something like that for PS5 Pro users. And then they'll end it with here's a trailer of like some of the games, some of the first games that are going to take advantage of PSSR 2.0. I could definitely see them doing that. And we have Big Tech 83, a member for 28 months. Thank you for being a longtime member. He says, today's my birthday. I'm turning 43 years old. Well, Big Tech 83, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. 43, that's not that old. I don't think that's that old. I hope you have a good birthday, bro. You doing anything special for it? Ray, you're saying you hope Barlog's game will be a remake of the old God of War remake. But you mean like God of War 1 using the 2018 engine? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm still sticking with my gut on this one. I think Cory Barlog's game is an Atreus game. But I don't think it's going to be like called God of War. I think it's going to be like God of Mischief. And I think it's going to be an older Atreus. And I think that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be like an expansion. I don't want to say an expansion, an extension, I should say, of the God of War universe for the first time in like a really meaningful way. Mr. Veggie with a $2 super chat says GTA 6 trailer 3 will likely be shadow dropped. I saw people talking about that. We also talked about, GTA. Oh, you're working today, Big Tech? Damn, working on your birthday? Well, hey, I still hope your birthday goes good, man. And I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us on your birthday, even while you're working. Yeah, people have been talking about GTA 6 potentially being shadow dropped. Or, sorry, not literally the game being shadow dropped, but the trailer. And they've been talking about how it's more likely that Rockstar Games is going to shadow drop trailer number 3 like later this summer. There's going to be no warning. It's not going to show up at an event. And I mean, to be honest, man, for as much speculation as I did yesterday about GTA 6 and it maybe being at the state of play, I mean, they could do anything, truthfully. Like, they could do anything. Isn't every trailer a shadow drop? I mean, I guess so, masochist mode. I guess so. If we really think about it, every new trailer is basically a shadow drop. What's bro really trying to say? What's bro really trying to say? That's funny to think, though. Yeah, I do see people talking about Uncharted. I've seen that. I've seen people talk about Uncharted 5 being announced at the state of play, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't know. I don't want to like discourage people, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that Uncharted's coming back. Yeah, the unknown. What's going on, man? I've been seeing you talking about Marvel Tokon in a very, very negative context. You're saying Tokon got dropped into the Shadow Realm. What? Why? Is there something I'm missing? Like, you're talking about it like everybody's just basically decided F this game. We don't like this game. We don't want this game. What's going on? I mean, I know there's a little bit of controversy with like the 20 total characters. If Uncharted isn't coming back, then was the Cassie hint in that one trailer something they were working on and they canceled it internally? I know what you're referring to, pushing polygons, and uh I I do think that was an intentional hint, but I can't imagine it would have been canceled. I mean, I guess we just have to try to keep in mind that like that Cassie Drake hint that you're talking about was a random trailer, like a live action trailer. It doesn't necessarily mean that they were trying to say we're working on a new Uncharted game, starring Cassie Drake. But yeah, you do have to kind of wonder like what was that about? But I don't think it would have been canceled. If it was, I think we would have heard about that. MBG, what do you mean you don't think Uncharted is coming back? You don't think there will ever be an Uncharted 5? No, I do. I think Uncharted will come back. I just meant I don't think it's coming back now. I think Uncharted is many years away from really coming back. I mean, I don't have any proof of that other than maybe just the fact that Naughty Dog is, they're focused on Intergalactic right now. And I can't really think of any other studio, maybe except Ben's studio, that would take on Uncharted. And as of right now, we have no word on what Ben's studio is working on. We do know that Naughty Dog is working on a second game. It's a single player game. And there's been a lot of speculation that this second single player Naughty Dog game is an Uncharted title. And if it is, I mean, great, but I still think it's going to be a while till it's revealed. So I do think Uncharted will come back. I just don't necessarily think it's going to be something we see in the next 1 or 2 years. Hold on, I'm trying to see what Unknown was saying. Oh, you're saying that is the issue, man. 20 characters is not enough. Well, let's start with that. So we have a leak here. Again, I'm assuming it's a leak, but maybe it was just an official update. Finally, we have a bit more information about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, the PS5 brawler that's being published by Sony. Funnily enough, this new information comes from the game's Steam page, which has only now just been updated. We would assume that this is stuff that's going to be revealed at the upcoming State of Play. The headline here is that Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls will feature 20 playable characters at launch. It's a slightly bigger total than some may have been expecting, although based off of the reactions I'm seeing, that's not, I think, what people were expecting. I think people were expecting more. But it says, given that we've only seen 8 of those characters up until now, the 8 characters that we know of are Captain America, Doctor Doom, Ghost Rider, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, and Storm. This is a 4v4 fighter, so people are now asking the question, is 20 combatants enough to keep things feeling fresh, at least until the DLC plans really start to kick into gear, where you have to imagine they're going to continually announce new characters. And it also says that as of right now, there's no mention of who these 12 characters are, but that's where we're assuming it's going to be revealed at the State of Play. Something that's certainly worth mentioning here from the Steam listing is it talks about a single-player episode mode, which promises to ease players into the game's mechanics and to also learn more about the lore. So, yeah, man, I don't know how big of a deal this is. I saw this kind of trending on Twitter, and quite a few people were expressing disappointment, basically saying that in a 4v4 fighter, 20 characters at launch is not enough. But I've also seen people talking about how Marvel Tokon doesn't actually really feel like a true 4v4 fighter. A lot of people were saying that what's likely going to happen is people are going to find main characters, just a single main, and every other character is just going to act as a kind of, buffer, I suppose. Let me see. You're saying MBG 20 characters for 4v4 is unacceptable. DBFZ 3v3 launched with 24. MVC 2v2 launched with 30. Yeah, this is the type of stuff that I've been seeing. And so, like, I guess the only thing that could really make people feel better about this. Now, again, I'm not really like a fighting game person. Like I play fighting games. I mean, believe it or not, like I have the Mortal Kombat 1 Platinum. I have the Tekken 8 Platinum. So I guess I am a fighting game person, but I think you understand what I'm saying. I don't get like deep into fighting games to a point where it's like I'm just perpetually playing them and really getting into the weeds of it all. So, I can't say that this is something that upsets me personally, but my assumption is for the people who feel as though 20 is not enough characters, if they say that we're going to be releasing like 2 characters at a time in like rapid succession after launch, I mean, maybe that would make people feel better. Sorry for the crash out. This has me really salty. It's fine. Michael, you're saying this sounds like a ridiculous complaint. MBG, but yeah, Marvel Tokon is not a real tag fighter. That's true too. We also don't know how many characters are going to be released with every DLC. I mean, yeah, maybe they could do something like we're doing 4 characters at a time. If they did something like that, I mean, that would be quite substantial. God used to love fighting games. They're overcomplicated nowadays. I mean, that's kind of me as well, where when I was playing something like Mortal Kombat 1, I did have to play some multiplayer matches I had to win some multiplayer matches to get certain trophies. And I was like really nervous, but I tried to focus on getting really good with like Sub-Zero. And, I played, I mean, I want to say probably 50, 60 matches or something like that. And the majority of them, I'm just getting whooped, I'm really struggling. But in between, I'm winning a couple matches here and there. And eventually I ended up finally getting the trophies I needed. But yeah, I'm like, I just don't. If I really wanted to, like if I really, really wanted to, I could probably learn how to get really good at some of these fighting games. But I know that fighting games to me, in terms of multiplayer and fighting real opponents, to me, that it comes off as like you're either in it or you're not. I don't really think there's like a casual middle ground. I mean, I guess there can be, right? Like if you just want to play it casually, but you're probably going to lose a lot and get whooped a lot. And I feel like fighting games tend to kind of, they really do tend to become like very hyper competitive. D'Angelo, you're saying I take fighting games very seriously. I'm hella competitive with them. Well, see? And that's the thing, man. Like, I notice when I play fighting games and I start playing online matches, I can start to feel that where I'm like, I want to not suck. Like, I want to win, you know? And when you lose like 5 times in a row, you're like, I hate this game, you know? It just, fighting games have a tendency to do that to you. You prefer side scrolling beat 'em ups? Streets of Rage was peak. I can't remember the last time I played a side scrolling beat 'em up, man. Well, I did play the Marvel Tokon beta. I think I even streamed it a little bit, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I'm not going to lie to you. I felt so. Listen, I can totally feel for the person that was just like fighting games today are too complicated. I think Ghetto God, you're the one who said that. Because when I look at something like Marvel Tokon, I'm like, wow, that's so cool. And then they're like 4v4, and there's like a 13-minute instructional video on like how to play this game, and I'm like, why couldn't it just be 1v1? I'm just saying, man, like, what is it with this? We got to have the craziest shit happening on screen at all times. Why can't it just be 1v1? I feel like that would make me, as somebody who already feels pretty intimidated with fighting games, feel very good about it. I mean, that's the thing. Maybe they are trying to go after the hardcore players, and that's okay. No one really knows how to play it right now. I guess that's good. Yeah. I mean, I was winning some matches. I felt pretty I think I lost more matches than I won, but I won enough that I felt like, okay, like maybe given enough time, I could actually get better at this. But yeah, I don't. You're saying if you're not patient enough to learn and practice, fighting games will make you very salty. Yeah. To get good at fighters, you need to just play a lot and accept losing a lot at first. Each match is going to take 20 minutes because all 4 of your characters probably have to die in order for you to lose. No, actually, I will say when I played the beta, um, it it didn't work like that. I think the health bar was shared. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. All I do remember is the matches weren't that long. They weren't too long. I think it was like 6 or 7 minutes per match, maybe sometimes 10 if it's really drawn out. We have For the Love of Gaming saying, just a loving gamer like all of you. I'm really hoping that they say something about American Truck Simulator. Happy gaming. Everyone, greetings from Redwood Curtain. Wow. That's a first. I don't think I've seen anybody talking about how they hope to hear about American Truck Simulator at the State of Play, but maybe you will. I don't want to get your hopes up. Schmidt says MBG 6 stash suits you. Thank you, Schmidt. Shout out to Schmidt. Yes. 1v1 is the true home of hardcore gamers, in my opinion. You got to lose a lot before you really learn. Did I just ask to make it more hardcore and not realize it? I mean, I am excited to see what other characters they're going to have in Marvel Tokon. I feel like Wolverine has to be there, right? If Wolverine's in there, that's going to get me excited. Maybe like Venom, Magneto. Thank you for subscribing, For the Love of Gaming. Thank you. I mean, I feel like Wolverine makes the most sense, kind of capitalize on the Insomniac Wolverine hype. Let's get a PS5 remake of Altered Beast. Altered Beast. Let me see here, though. I'm looking at Push Square. I'm looking at some of their comments. Somebody says 20 fighters is still a massive number of combinations you have to figure out. Unless some come out broken. So I'm good with that total. Somebody says, thank God, was really starting to worry about the roster size. Yeah, this is starting to look like the fighting game to be playing soon. Oh, it's actually, I'm seeing some positivity on the Push Square website. Although somebody else says a 4v4 fighter with 20 characters is nowhere near enough. This should be near 30. Well, I guess I don't know. We'll see how people are feeling. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that Marvel Tokon is going to be at the State of Play. Let's see how people are feeling once we actually see the reveal and what other characters they're going to have. I think the actual characters that they have are going to be a big difference maker for a lot of people, where it's like, only 20. But if one of those characters is like your favorite, you might not care anymore. You know, you might be like, oh, okay, this is great. You really hope they talk about the last installment of Horizon. So MVP Moss says Mr. Stash. That's right. Yeah, guys, I can't deny I'm very disheartened. Uh, I know there's a lot of people they're tired of the negativity, but I don't even think at this point it's negativity as much as I'm just genuinely surprised. Like I mean I really am. And I can take a more positive optimistic angle, you know. talking about Horizon. Everyone's going to pick the same 4 characters. I hope not. Masochist mode. I feel like that's the type of stuff that will ruin a game like that. I might play Marvel Tokon when it comes out, though. It really depends on when it launches. So much of what I'm going to play this year depends on when it's launching and what it's in proximity to. But Marvel Tokon, again, I did kind of enjoy my time with it, so I would like to play it. They said Horizon 3 is years off. So, yeah, dude, Shadowlink coming in. Mustache bald gamer? I mean, that's accurate. How'd you know? How'd you know that's what I was rebranding to, Shadowlink? What's up, man? MBG, just be excited for the state of play. Forget about Horizon for now. I will. I'm just so shocked, man. Like, I think it's just genuinely shocking that there's a possibility we might not see Horizon 3 until 2031. Like, I can't even, that can't be real. I'm like, I refuse to believe that. That's no way. I will say this. If that happens, you got to make it a PS6 only game. That's where I feel like I could definitely forgive Guerrilla Games and feel good about it, where it's like, actually, we decided to wait so we could focus on making it the best it could possibly be by making it a full-blown PS6 only title that takes full advantage, and we're raising the bar. I mean, if they did something like that, I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's true too, Titus. That's true. Gaming Survivor says, MBG, I've decided to up the ante and raise the stakes. Anyone who calls, oh my God. Gaming Survivor, please. You're entering Rich Rod territory. We are going to calm down. Do you respect the stash? Respect my authority. There's a new sheriff in town, Gaming Survivor. MBG, no way you think there won't be PS5 games in 2030. No, I know. Listen, in 2030, 2031, there will definitely be cross-gen PS5 games, but I'm just thinking maybe Guerrilla could have that advantage of, like, we're like 3 or 4 years into the PS6 life cycle. We're going to make Horizon. We're going to do the opposite of what we did with Forbidden West and make it PS6 only. I'm saying that would be cool. I would like them to do that. But they also probably want to sell as many copies as possible. So, nah, man, these people make me angry, MBG. My veins are popping like the Incredible Hulk. I understand. But you have to control it. You have to control it, Gaming Survivor. John will henceforth be known as mustachioid, mustached. I don't know, mustachioed. I'm sorry. It took me a while to figure out what mustachioed. I said mustachioed, mustachy, brawny goon. Oh my God. Mustachioid brawny goon. Lock it in. That's what MBG stands for. Mega bald guy. Thanks, Dillo. Very true, though. Not just regular bald, mega bald. This isn't just regular baldness. This is advanced baldness. Can't wait to finally learn what Corey is working on, what he's been working on for so long. So, yeah, that's something else that I did want to talk to you guys about. Now, listen, I'm not talking about this because I want people to get their expectations too high. I think everybody here knows that we are just in speculation territory. I think it's okay to be excited. It's okay, guys. It's okay to be happy to watch this upcoming state of play. It's okay to dare and to think maybe, just maybe, I won't want to die after watching this state of play, okay? I think you might get something good. But I do feel very strongly that Santa Monica is going to show up. One of the things that we haven't really talked about but is, I think, worth talking about. I actually learned this, I think, a few months ago. I think if a new God of War game is not announced at this state of play or before maybe June, or it could be the end of the year, I just know we're approaching this point where this will be the longest that Santa Monica has ever went without announcing a new God of War game. So I think there's a couple of questions, right? The first is, will Santa Monica even show up with anything? If the answer to that question ends up being, yeah, they're going to be there. And the second question is, what exactly are they going to show up with? Because we know they have basically three things that they're working on. And I continually talk about it, but just as a reminder, they have a new mainline God of War. They have a 2.5D Metroidvania God of War that they're not developing directly, but I'm sure they will be associated with. And it's going to be a prequel. And I think Kratos' brother is actually going to star in it or be a big part of it. And then you have Cory Barlog's new game. MBG is going to crash out as usual. I doubt it, man. I mean, listen. This state of play would have to be bad. I'm at a point in my life where it's like, it would have to be bad to really actually make me crash out. I've seen it all. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, and I've seen everything in between. Nothing can really surprise especially after that 2023 showcase, nothing can surprise me. But I say that now. We're showing you fair games, more Horizon Hunters Gathering, and Concord 2, baby. I would crash out. Michael says platinum. That's me. Michael's platinum status. Michael Lynch with a $5 super chat says, I anticipate there will be one trailer that will make you complain for the rest of the show. How did you know? Michael, how could you have guessed that? No, I'm going to try not to do that. Like, I'm totally okay with the idea of Sony showing me something that I'm like, that's disgusting, get it out of my face. But as long as there's something else that's like, now that's what I want to see. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, I know it doesn't seem like it. I am excited for the state of play. I am excited for some potentially good reveals. And, you know, I'm certain there will be things during an hour-long show that I'm like, I'm good, you know? And that's fine. So hopefully that won't happen. I'll tell you what, if there's something that's revealed, unless we're talking like about a true abomination here. I mean, it would have to be next. Again, man, we're in a post-Concord world. It would have to be something the likes of which we've never seen before. It's like Cory Barlog's new game is exactly that. No, it's going to be great. Stop, Michael. I'm positive. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. We're going to have a damn good time. You understand? We're going to be hooting and hollering. Lux Space, a member for 13 months. Thank you, man. Says Sony could only show non-single player games. I wouldn't doubt it, but they have so many multiplayer games on queue. Yeah, well, I think. I mean, if we look at like Marathon multiplayer, Ghost of Yotei Legends multiplayer, Marvel Tokon multiplayer, and Sorrow single player. So those are the four things that I think are guaranteed to be there. And yeah, the ratio is looking more leaning towards multiplayer, but I don't know. I mean, something like Ghost of Yotei Legends, I'm not complaining about that, you know. Something like Marvel Tokon, no complaints from me. Marathon, I think Marathon's shaping up, you know. I'm feeling a little bit better about it, certainly as we get closer to the launch. And then you got Soros. I think Soros should be a standout. Now, if we're talking about like new games that could show up, I mean, yeah, I would say that right now Sony probably has more multiplayer titles on deck to be revealed than they do single player. But we don't know that for sure. We don't know how far along some of these multiplayer games are. We also don't know what different types of single player games may or may not be in development. So, like, if I were Sony, I would just try my best. Like, if I was the person in charge of constructing the state of play and it's going to be a really big one, I'm like, I would try my best to make sure there's an even amount, make sure everybody can be happy. There's a little something for everybody. But yeah, I mean, it certainly is possible with games like Marvel, Tokon, and Marathon and Ghost of Yotei Legends showing up that it might lean more towards multiplayer, which is fine. I think there's a great misconception for me as well as a lot of PlayStation players. I think there's this idea like PlayStation players hate multiplayer games, and that's not true for like the majority of PlayStation players. Are there people who definitely don't like them? Yeah, but you know, I can only really speak for myself, but I know it's true for a lot of PlayStation players. I love multiplayer. I've always loved multiplayer. I've never not loved multiplayer. In some cases, I love multiplayer just as much as I love single player. To me, though, it really is just like when I see multiplayer games, I just have this hope. Like I really hope this multiplayer experience speaks to me, and I feel like so far with Sony, ever since they started their live service push, the only multiplayer game that spoke to me was Helldivers 2 so far. Um, we'll see if Marathon speaks to me or not. And, I would hope that, again, like I mentioned it yesterday, but it's like fair games, like please be good. Like I don't want to hate this game. I don't want to feel like this game is going to be, maybe hate's a strong word, but I don't want to walk away being like, yeah, well, this is another, you know, like this is going to be another Concord or something. I don't want it to be that. I would much prefer, like, please be good. Get me excited to play, you know? Michael, you're saying we're probably going to see a lot of Sword of the Sea type games. I mean, yeah, well, there's going to be indies. Yeah, this isn't just going to be like a AAA game fest. They did explicitly state in the blog that there will be indies. So, and I do think people tend to do that too. Like they complain, oh, they're just showing indies. It's like, that's not true. They're not just showing indies, but indies are going to be part of the show, and that's okay. They should be. What are the odds? Oh, wait, hold on. You're saying the fact that you think Marathon will be good while dismissing Arc Raiders after an hour? I got nothing. I mean, dude, I might listen. I maintain, Titus, that I have to play Marathon first. I have to play it because I might end up dismissing it after an hour as well. We'll see. I saw the pre-order trailer pop up again, and it's the first person shooting. Believe it or not, I'm like, man, the combat looks good. I'm like, yeah. Bungie, you know, they have they just have that way about them with their combat. And pushing polygons, you're saying, what are the odds there are games in the showcase that are future no date games potentially teased at PS6? I mean, I would say the odds are decent, not bad, decent. I think that's one of those things where if Sony wants to really, you know, if they really want to build the hype, they can start now. I mean, they basically did that with Fizzant, right? And I have a direct donation from Stephen Nearly. Or wait, was that a super chat or no? Sorry, what? Wait, why did I think I had a direct donation? Oh, it was Michael Wozniak. He says, "Solid look." Thank you, Michael. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words. And we have Stephen Nearly with a $2 super chat saying, Cerny will talk on PSSR for about 20 minutes. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if that's actually what happens? I would be all for that. I mean, I'd be like, look, man, it's actually just a regular 40-minute state of play, but they tacked on a 20-minute Cerny. What if that is what they're doing? I didn't think about that. What if that is what they're doing? Where it's like, it's actually a normal 40-minute state of play, but then at the end, we're going to have like a 20-minute Mark Cerny presentation. I would be surprised because I'd be like, oh, that's not what I expected, but I'm not upset. And we have Raven X0 with a $10 super chat. Thank you for that, man. He says, man, I got 45 plus PS games, my largest physical collection ever, and going to continue. Sheesh. If PS6 is the last disc drive console, then I'll be keeping that forever, since I'll have PS4 through 6 games collected. Well, that's an impressive collection, Raven, and yeah, keep it going, man. I think some people may have forgotten, but I'll continually remind you. Tom Henderson, who has proven to be a very reliable source with PlayStation related stuff, especially hardware, he said that Sony is going to be shipping the PS6. Like, he had it confirmed with his source. They're shipping a PS6 with a disc drive. So there's no word on whether or not the disc drive we're currently using on the PS5 Slim or Pro can be moved over to be used, or if it's going to be different. But either way, Sony, they'll have a digital version as well, of course. But that's a good sign. It means Sony's not like abandoning it, you know? Michael says physical media matters so much. Once it's lost, you won't get it back. Exactly. Masochist mode. That's true. Masochist mode. I agree. You're saying they would state that. Masochist mode's like, well, actually. But that's very true. If they were going to end it with a 20-minute Mark Cerny presentation, I think they definitely would have said that in the state of play. Like, they would have had to have done that, because could you imagine just like not warning people of that? It would come off as a genuine troll to a lot of people. MBG wanted this for backwards compatibility. What's your take on the PlayStation 6 leaked specs? They scream dev kit to me, but I could be wrong. So when you say that, do you mean you believe that the PS6 is ultimately going to have less RAM because it's like, what, 30 gigabytes, which is kind of an awkward number? I think maybe 24 gigs of RAM. I mean, it is true that dev kits always have more RAM, like always. So, I mean, listen, man, whether or not it's the dev kit, I feel as though the general conversation is like, is this enough? And I feel like, yeah. Like, I mean, well, yeah. So that is what you meant. The dev kits, they usually have strange spec numbers. Well, interesting, Steven. You're saying the dev kits will probably have 40 gigabytes? Well, I believe the handheld was confirmed to have 24 gigabytes. So, I mean, I don't know. Would a PS6 with 24 gigabytes of RAM be enough? Or do you think that wouldn't cut it? That I'm not sure of. DDR7 works in different multiples, I heard. We want foam stars too. Eric, I'm not going to lie, man. You're the only human being on the planet that wants foam stars too. By the way, guys, do me a favor if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that like button. All right. We're sitting at 68 likes. I think we could easily bump that up to 75. Just let Mark cook. Specs say 30, but we'll see. Pushing polygons, you're saying the RAM would be 36 or 42 because they'd want to emulate the console environment, but they'd also need enough RAM for dev tools on board. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out with the RAM situation all around. Not even just how much will be in the PS6, but what it's going to mean for the affordability of the console as well. Yeah, perfect image. That's true, man. That's true. Chris, you're saying, MBG, I just might make the decision to get certain games digitally, just in case Sony makes a PSP and the digital library can be used, but obviously no physical. It's a long shot, but you never know. Hey, Chris, you do what you got to do, man. You do what you got to do, bro. MBG, I don't think Wolverine game will be at the State of Play. I feel that it's going to get its own State of Play. I agree. Apparently, so people were saying that the private video or the unlisted video on Insomniac's YouTube channel, people have figured out that it's actually the original reveal of Wolverine. So they kind of like got rid of it. It's not something new. So yeah, I mean, maybe I think when they said spring, to me that points to standalone State of Play. They could announce the State of Play though in the State of Play. They've done that before. Sarah Digital Dude says, MBG, you ready for my next crazy reply? Dude, I don't know, man. Do I want to be ready for it? Even if you don't like MBG, he has Boss, and Boss has never done us wrong. Leave a like for Boss, please. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, leave a like for Boss. Mark Cerny announcing Knack 3 at the State of Play. Yo, that'd be crazy. Guys, I have an announcement to make. I'm moving over to Xbox. Yeah. I was thinking about waiting until the end of the stream to let you guys know, but I don't know. It's just been really kind of eating at me, this stream. Because, you know, I'm tired of everybody kind of dogpiling on Xbox. And I've just gotten to a point where I just feel bad. And I'm like, you know, maybe it would be cooler to just be over there. No, for real. Like, where it's like, now that almost everybody's gone, new face, new you. Exactly. I mean, before I was on camera and I was covering Xbox, I just had a mustache. I'm going back to my old ways. So I bought an Xbox. It'll be here tomorrow. Okay? I'm not kidding. Not kidding. Viewers are leaving as we speak. Don't leave. Don't leave. You stay. Stay. ABG is going home again. The funniest thing, Mini Tom, don't unsub. Back is the new forward. I'm going to single-handedly bring Xbox back from the brink. Listen, the great irony will always be the fact that I actually did start on PlayStation. I technically started on Nintendo, though. I've talked to you guys about it before. I started with the N64. I think I knew from a young age I just wasn't a Nintendo player, though. Because I'll never forget, like, when I first played the N64, I'm like, this is amazing. But then when I first played the PS1, I'm like, yo, that N64 sucks. Like, it was crazy. Where I'm like, I want that PS1. And from the PS1 to the PS2 and take a little break with the PS3. Michael Lynch says Dana Carvey is the Timu Mark Cerny. Bro, they should have Dana Carvey play Mark Cerny in a biopic. There you go, Hollywood. Boom. And now you threw your money off of a cliff. Well, listen. All right, I'll be serious now. I'm not actually moving back to Xbox, but I did buy an Xbox, and it's coming tomorrow. And I'm thinking for the State of Play, maybe. I don't know if it should be during the State of Play or if I should save it for like the Xbox Showcase, but the Xbox Showcase is like months away. But yeah, I was like, we'll do a live unboxing. of the box, of the Xbox. Rich Rod, arrest MBG. Is Rich Rod even here? He shouldn't be. I purposely made sure to only announce this when he wasn't here. Although I am worried about Gaming Survivor. I know he's here. Gaming Survivor, make sure you take your meds, bro. It's fine. Calm down. Too much synthol with this guy. Can't believe anything you say anymore. I don't know what's real. You bought an Xbox? I did. I was surprised how cheap it was. I'm not going to lie. The Xbox that I found, I was like, dude, I mean, I had to like quadruple check the price and the seller. And I'm like, okay. It seems way too like that. So I mean, you know, maybe there's something like horribly wrong with it, but it seems like it's I thought you were joking. You really bought one? Did he get Oh no. This doesn't really have anything to do with that, Ghetto God. No, this was just a decision I made on my own. Did you get any games with it? Not yet. No, I'm gonna boot up my old Xbox profile and see what I have there. I know because I know I have some games digitally. Maybe Rock Band. Or MBG, we could do a live reboxing and store return. First ever live reboxing, bro. I like the way you think, Shadowlink. Am I going to buy Hellblade 2? Actually, no. I did not like Hellblade 2. I liked the story, but I didn't like the gameplay experience. MBG said he bought an Xbox, but all I heard was, I'm coming out of the closet. LMAO. Congratulations, MBG. Digital Dude. What do you... I swear, man, Digital Dude and Rich Rod are just on the same wavelength. Am I going to pick up Reanimal? Probably not. Right now, I'm currently counting down the days for Resident Evil, and I'm like really hesitant on getting too deep into playing anything else. Although I am trying to play Resident Evil 4, but I'm like the time it's going very fast. So someone paid for my grub today, man. Oh, that's always a wonderful thing, Gaming Survivor. Hellblade 2 is awful. Worst gameplay I've ever seen. The game plays itself. I mean, dude, my big thing with Hellblade 2 is I think it's like chapter 3 where you're literally just walking through a cave for the entire chapter. It is some of the worst gameplay. I'm like, this is literally not just a walking simulator, but I'm in a freaking cave, like Lost or something, or just, you know, it's so weird. I don't know how they developed that and didn't realize like the pacing of this is awful. You know, who's the lucky guy, MBG? Hey, listen, I'm only going to do the unboxing live if we hit a member goal. Okay. I hope that doesn't backfire. A reverse member goal. Do I think we get the Resident Evil 9 demo at the State of Play? Yes. I think it shadow drops. And there is a catch, Digital Dude. Digital Dude, I expect... Yo, Digital Dude, you owe me a 50. You owe me a 50. You know what you did. You know what you did. Are you changing your background to Xbox now? If you do, I'm never gifting ever again. Whoa, Mini Tom, calm down. Calm down. You're making it sound like I said I'm leaving PlayStation. I'm not leaving PlayStation. Pushing Polygons is saying, oh, goodness gracious. Yo, when Polygons is saying that, you know something's about to go down. I hope these comments are satire. Chris, this whole thing may be satire. Stay tuned and find out. Don't do it. Don't play on the Xbox. MBG Xbox should have a third-party event soon, either late February or early March. Well, I mean, apparently Starfield for PS5 is meant to get announced next month. And I was like wondering, when are they going to do that? Guys, listen, just to be clear, I bought a Series S, not an X. But the only reason I bought the Series S was because of the price. I found it, and I'm like, that's possibly the cheapest I've ever seen a Series S. And so I bit the bullet, all right? I will say, though, it says it's still in box. It says it's like lightly used in it, but I guess like still in box. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's gonna come in like piece. It's not even gonna. There's not gonna be nothing in the box. Maybe I just paid for a box. I hope that's not the case. See what I did there? It's just gonna be a cardboard box with a big X drawn on it. It's like, here's your Xbox, sir. I'm like that. Thanks. Eric from 850, a member for 27 months. Thank you for that, man. Says, all right, guys, welcome to the Press A podcast. I'm MBG. Do you guys remember when I did that? I did that one time because I got so tired of Xbox players being like, stop talking. Stop talking about Xbox on your PlayStation podcast. So the one day when I was going to just talk mostly about Xbox, I just named it Press A podcast. Even Hellbound's losing it. Even Hellbound is losing it. MBG grabbing it out of the trash is no reason to take the deal. Leave the dead horse in the field. Stop. Tune in Thursday, State of Play. We're doing a live unboxing. After we hit the goal, of course. If I see the Xbox on stream, I'm not watching. You will. Mini Tom, you will be there. You will be there. Series trash. Robert says, that's all I got. I wouldn't go all the way out and get an Xbox. Ain't all that. I just got it for a couple of games. Now they're putting it on Sony. Don't even need one now. Well, I thought that was the best time to buy it because it's about sending a message, you know? Like it's like the Joker would say. It's about sending a message. MBG, just make sure it doesn't open. You might have gotten a $200 mini fridge. No, I definitely didn't get the mini fridge by accident. That'd be, how crazy would that be? That would be some funny stuff. It's like, we're doing an Xbox unboxing, and it's a freaking mini fridge. What game do you want to play then? I don't know. I haven't even thought of that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Crackdown 3. Clowns in the chat for MBG. Whatever. This is what I get. I knew I should have kept it a surprise. I'm going to play Pentiment. Yep. Also a game available on PS5, but you want to play Fable, MBG, admit it. Hellbound wants me to take it out to the garden with an explosive on it. Sheesh, Hellbound. Man. I've never seen Hellbound get so worked up. Well. You have a good PC. What's the point of the Series S? I have my reasons. All right. You'll find out those reasons on Thursday. Don't miss it. Don't be late. Don't be late. Clark, what's up, man? I thought he was coming over here. MBG has a humiliation fetish. Digital dude, I told you not to talk about that here. I told you that in confidence. He wants to play Helldivers 2 on the Series S. That'd be a crazy reason to buy one. Wait, Titus, are you serious? You're saying Clark? Who the hell is Clark? Wait, Titus, you haven't met Clark yet? Clark. It's my new cat. Oh, I thought you knew. Come here. I don't know if he's going to come up here. Psst. Clark is dinner. No, he's... Come here, Clark. Psst. There he is. That's Clark. He's our newest cat. He is a rescue cat. He was living on the streets. He was living in the ghetto for like 2 years. He's only 2 years old, so he was living on the streets his whole life. He was only at the shelter for like I think a week or two, and then we brought him home, and he's very happy. He's muscular. He's lean, you know, very nimble. His full name is Clark Kent. MBG buying that Xbox is the last mistake you ever made. I've sent Rich Rod to Maduro. Your ass. Black Ops. Oh, man. Whoa. Gaming Survivor. At least wait until after the stream, bro. Titus drops a £5 super chat saying, "Hey, Clark." Clark says hi. Clark's cute. Don't let him fool you, though. For as cute as he is, he's a troublemaker, bro. He's not that bad. I make that sound like he's really bad. He's not. He's just very excited a lot of times. He has a lot of energy. And I think the other cats struggle to keep up with him. Oh, are you saying you mistyped the I'm assuming it's the third emoji face where what's the name of that? I don't even know what the name of that emoji is. I figured, Titus. Because if not, it's like I'm getting mixed signals. You're giving Clark mixed signals. MBG, highest of expectations, next God of War GTA 6 trailer. Daniel, just don't be mad at me if that doesn't come true. As long as you're not mad at me. Because I'm not saying that's happening. I'm reporting you, boy. Did the Series S come with the cat? It's the only explanation. I knew I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just let it be. I should have just showed up the day of with it. But it'll be fine. Guys, it will be fine. Y'all are stressing me out. Kingdom Hearts 4 and Bloodborne remake, obviously. Obviously, yeah. Dillo is thank you, Dillo. Dillo is proud of me. Well, I hope to see you on Thursday, Dillo. I do. Hellbound is in disbelief. This man is in disbelief. Believe it. I don't even want to know what Sir Digital Dude just typed that he retracted his own message. God knows what that man just typed. Everything was fine until MBG bought a Series S full of cockroaches. Ray says, wait, you bought a Series S? Guys, I'm not talking about it anymore. Just show up Thursday. When we hit our goal, we're going to do a live Xbox unboxing. Okay? Kingdom Hearts remake is fake based on what Nate the Hate heard. Damn, MBG, you betrayed us. You mean MB Gangsta? How cheap did you get it for? I'm going to reveal the price when I unbox it. Thank you, Ghetto God. Thank you. I know. It was really weighing on me. You know my secret about the Series S, but I'll keep the secret. Ray saying there's no secret, Ray. Xbox. Listen, Ghetto God, you were the one who told me yesterday just take the sponsorships. All right. You were the one. Forza Horizon 6 day one. Digital dude. Ain't no way. Muscle bound betrayer. Don't worry, boys. We got a deep state plan in place to despise MBG and make Mrs. MBG the host if he buys an Xbox. Oh, man. They're getting ready to overthrow me. Last one, then I'll quit cutting on you. Clears throat. Did you shave off some brain? Did you shave off some brain cells while trimming that mustache? I did, actually. How'd you know? How'd you know they're attached? Just kidding. It's funny since you're a PlayStation channel. Well, I can see my multi-platform transition is going very smoothly so far. Digital dude, I know, man. I know. Your postman's keeping me in the loop, MBG. Yo, how do you know Carl? Hey, yo, wait, what? If the state of play sucks, MBG's changing sides. Last chance, Sony. You know what? I'm delaying it now. That's it. I'm delaying it. Your Xbox unboxing moved back. I'm moving it Xbox Showcase in June. See what you guys did? I hope you're happy. Dude. Ghetto God, that's brutal, bro. That's brutal. Delayed. Do I think the next Xbox comes with a disc drive? Oh, you're talking about Magnus? No. No, I don't think so. I would be very surprised if it did. That would genuinely surprise me. I'd be shocked. You guys spooked them. Guys, I'm going back in the closet. See what you did? See what y'all did? I knew this stream was going to be a mistake. No. 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 Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm not even going to read that chat because they were getting hammered for that. Hello, Mr. Din comes and says, hello, my fellow gamers. Bring back floppy disks. Okay, Mr. Din, thank you for your contribution to the conversation and welcome. The Pony Intelligence Service is always watching MBG. I just got an email live from Phil saying it's delayed. He told me to delay it. MBG was a psyop to get PlayStation fans to convert to Xbox all along. I support MBG's right to game on whatever subpar platform he wishes. Thank you, Titus. Thank you. Exactly. We need more of that energy. All right. Man, now how do I move on from this? Maris is like, what's happening? I don't understand what's happening. What bet did you lose to make you pick up an Xbox? Oh boy. I may have to reevaluate. Is Phil gonna join you in the unboxing? Yeah, Phil's coming to my basement. Talk about Tokon. I don't really know what else to say about Tokon, truthfully. Oh, MBG is finally seeing the light. I love how the day I say this, there's like no Xbots in my chat, like no like hardcore Xbox fans. But any other day, like there's at least 3 there. Hey, whoa. Boss is a Sony asset, MBG. We got people in your HQ. This whole time. I knew there was something up with him. Do I think we'll see Wolverine at the state of play? I'm leaning towards the only thing we'll get from Wolverine at a state of play is the announcement of another state of play. Like they did with Ghost of Yote. Like they'll have like a 30-second Wolverine teaser saying, state of play coming in April or something. I could see that. I don't think we're going to get like another story trailer. I can't wait for this to get clipped. Breaking, MBG admits Xbox is better. Phil's going to make him unbox it at gunpoint. Yeah, no story trailer for Wolverine. Wonder if we'll get previews of stuff 2 or 3 years out. Yeah, that's kind of the big question, I think. Kind of trying to determine how much of what's going to be shown is going to be new stuff versus, stuff that could be a year, 2, maybe even 3 years away versus stuff that's like, well, this has already been announced, and we're getting updates, which, I think that's fine too. But you never really know. I'm assuming it'll be a mix. We got Shadowlink. He's dropping a $10 super chat. He says, MBG, I break this up for a moment. I haven't been gifting because I'm cracking down on spending so I can get my SUV, but I'll make an exception one more time. Oh, okay, Shadowlink. Yo, Shadowlink, he says one more time. We know it's not one more time, Shadowlink. You're never getting that SUV, bro. I'm so sorry. I apologize in advance for being the reason you're never getting that SUV. And Shadowlink drops 20 membership gifts for you guys. He rips open the 20 pack. What's he trying to say? What is Shadowlink trying to say? Is he trying to say, I support this? I support you getting the Xbox Series S? Or is he saying, I'll only keep he's speaking in code. I will only keep gifting as long as you don't get a Series S. And he drops another 5. Shadowlink takes care of a second goal single-handedly. This man just opened a 25 pack for you guys. What's he trying to say?
Holy shit.
Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built.
I just realized there's music playing in the background of that. And then, you know what? For good measure here, Hellbound is speaking on behalf. He's saying, Shadowlink is saying we need an intervention. 25 pack. Well, Shadowlink, thank you so much, man. I know that you're trying to save up for an SUV, and I've probably set you back a little bit. But I appreciate it, man. I do appreciate it. You've been dropping a lot of member gifts for a little while now, and it's definitely helped, man. Thank you so much. It's allowed me to save up for this Xbox, And that sounded weird. That didn't sound like I said Xbox, but I couldn't do it without you. I'm just kidding. Don't worry. Once you find out how cheap this Xbox was, what I mean to say, Shadowlink, is you allow me to pay my bills, take care of my family, buy PlayStation games, buy PlayStation exclusives. Hell yeah, man. I'm actually not even kidding with that. So thank you. I appreciate it, guys. And I'm going to have to do reps. I just realized that. It's been a long time since I've had to do reps. At the end of the stream, we'll get some reps in. Very soon, I may be able to turn the camera around and do reps that way. I'm going to do reps with my Series S. But yeah, guys, if you want to follow in Shadowlink's footsteps here, as we continue to convert people to, back to Xbox, consider becoming a channel member. Consider gifting memberships. If you are lucky enough to receive a member gift, please consider, once that free gift is up, renewing it and supporting the channel on a month-to-month basis. We are fan-funded here. I can only do what I do because you guys make it possible. So thank you all. And also super chats and direct donations help just as much. Thank you for all the support you guys show the channel and the community. The family. Turns the camera around, stripper pole. There is a pole right there. Angry Well Watcher, do you know you got cameras in my basement? There is, so it's more of a beam. It's not a pole, actually. I'm going to be honest. It's more of a beam. And it holds up my home. So I painted half of it and forgot to paint the other half. I don't want to talk about it, man. I'm just kidding. I didn't forget. I painted half of it purposely. I painted one half green and one half blue. Wait till you see it. See that poster? Kratos Eye on the left, MBG. Notice anything funny about it? Now that you mention it, Gaming Survivor, I can't help but notice that this Kratos poster will not stay stuck to the wall. And I've always wondered why Luna, when she's sitting on the cat tower, is doing weird stuff to that poster specifically. Not anything else on the wall. Now I ain't going to sleep at night. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. For watching everything. MBG, I got the Xbox mini fridge, and I use it to store my PS5 games unplugged. I can't even tell if that's a joke, Mr. Din. That seems like it might be real. That's unhinged. Dude, that's great. I love that. That beam could be the centerpiece. Mr. Din says he's serious. Yeah, we got a sociopath in the chat. I'm just kidding. No, we definitely have some sociopaths here, though. Guys, I have another announcement. You know what? I'm going to hold off on that announcement. Hellbound 1981. Another legend. For as disgusted as he is with me right now, he still is a loyal supporter. And he drops another 5-member gifts for you guys. He rips open another 5-pack, and he brings us to 55 members. Hellbound, thank you so much for that, man. Thank you guys for the support. Really, I mean it. It's been, I feel like this month so far has been oddly, slow. Even though we're, building up to a big state of play. I don't know. Maybe towards, the end of January going into February, the weather got all crazy, and I think it messed everything up. So, really appreciate the you guys coming out in force today and showing big support. And, Hellbound. This is literally him today. Hellbound's doing that in his house while listening to me talk about buying an Xbox. His cat Bart is looking at him like, "You all right, man?" I could actually give you a 6-step plan to make it and get the beam printed and stuff. Titus, calm down. Calm down, Titus. It's okay. I don't think we can handle another announcement from you today. I do have one more announcement. This one I don't think will be as upsetting. So actually it might be more upsetting. You may have noticed that I stopped using the Press X podcast theme or like branding for the streams. It's because I'm soon going to be calling it Press A podcast. I know somebody made that joke earlier, and I like wasn't sure how to react to it at the time because I'm like, yeah, but no. Yeah. How about I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, that one is a joke. That one's a joke. Calm down. I think everybody knows that one's a joke. But actually, I will tell you this though. I do think the Press AX podcast. Yes, that's what I'm renaming it. How did you know, Meet the Cheater? No, and in all seriousness, I think I'm just going to convert my streams. I'm looking to streamline on the channel. So most of you guys here right now are not going to even care about this, but you might end up asking me about it. So I'll just let you know like what to expect. It's nothing crazy. Like almost nothing's changing. The only thing that's really changing is I think I'm just going to streamline the streams on my channel because I noticed there's a constant conflict between I'm doing these streams and I got these videos and everything's all over the place. I think I'm just going to go with MBG Live. Crazy, right? Spent all night thinking about that. You're like 2 months early for April 1st. I know, right? No, but going forward, you're probably just going to see like my streams are just going to, it's just going to be MBG Live. And the main reason I'm actually doing this is because I realize that so much of my streaming content, pretty much the overwhelming majority of it, like if you even just look at today's stream as an example, I'm moving away from the podcast terminology because it's just not a podcast. It's just not. I mean, in the most literal term, it is, but I feel like on the internet in 2026, there's podcasters and there's streamers. You know what I mean? There's podcasts and then there's streams. And I feel like I'm a streamer. You know, I'm not a podcaster. And I think when people hear podcast, they, you know, I know you guys don't expect this because you guys have been watching for a long time, but you know, when people hear the term podcast or they see a logo that says that ends in podcast, they're assuming something more structured, more organized, you know, something along those lines. And that's not what I do here. You know, I'm full on engaged with the audience. We're all over the place. And for the longest time, I've been just feeling so bad where I'm like, I always have like, I tell people we're going to talk about this, that, and this, or I tell myself I'm going to get more structured, and I never do. And it's not a bad thing. It's just the nature of what I do here where I'm engaged with the chat. So I'm just going to kind of lean into that and embrace that more where, you know, I just want the video content on the channel to, I want that to be where that's algorithmically driven. And also the event streams we do. Those two things will be algorithmically driven. Outside of that, I'm just going to focus on streamlining and going with MBG Live. That's what you're getting. You know, it's the most honest I could be. That's what you're getting. You ain't getting nothing else. All right, boys. BRB, I'm eating someone else's food. See, that does the way Gaming Survivor says that, he made it sound like somebody paid for his food. I think he just straight up stole somebody's food. I think Gaming Survivor might be a maniac. Maniac on the loose. Yeah, you're a streamer. and that's your pocket where you flourish. Nothing wrong with that at all. Well, I appreciate that, D'Angelo. Yeah, I enjoy it. I feel like if I ever truly want to do like a proper podcast one day, I've just determined that, and I'm not saying I'm going to do this. I don't know that I could, but in the future, I would have to be something pre-recorded. So I'll never say never, but an MBG showcase. That's what I'm going to call it, MBG showcase. So, what I want to tell you guys as well, I'm only telling you this because you're probably going to have questions, Mustache Pro Gamer. If you see me live and it just says like MBG live or something, if you are not sure what the topics are going to be, the truth is the topics are probably going to be exactly what you think they are. Whatever it is you think, like, do you get what I'm saying? Like today, for example, is he going to talk about the state of play? Is he going to talk more about the studios? Is he going to talk about the Marvel Tokon? It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you have just any idea of what's been going on. And that's also something else too, is I just kind of want to leave the floor open where it's like, even if that's not what's on my mind, come into the stream and let me know, and we will talk about it. I want to open it up a little bit, because that's what it is. I'm making it sound like it's not already that, but I just want to communicate that a little bit more clearly, where I notice that the more stringent I try to be, the more like structured I try to be, the worse it gets, and the worse the more difficult it becomes. So we'll just, keep that in mind going forward. If I go to Reddit for 4 to 5 minutes, I can guess the topics. So obviously, what I'm saying is nothing has changed. That's the announcement. Let's talk personal. What's your zodiac? I don't even know. Let me see. My zodiac, I am a Libra. Let's see. What are Libras? Libras are primarily known for being PlayStation fanboys, undecisive flip-floppers, and erratic. Oh. Jeez. Well, at least I know I'm not the only one. No, it says here, Libras are primarily known for being diplomatic, charming, and fair-minded. Aiming for balance and harmony in all aspects of life. Oh, wow. I guess that is kind of accurate. Ruled by Venus. Wait, what? I'm ruled by Venus? I'm waiting for MBG to use Discord and have a section of the live where mods can voice chat with MBG. Call it Mod Talk. Dude, listen, I don't know about that, bro. Rich Rod has scared me off. Rich Rod has absolutely terrified me from ever talking to anybody outside of a chat. Blame Rich. No, I don't know. Maybe one day, Ray. Maybe. They possess a strong aesthetic sensibility and a love for beauty, often possessing refined style and artistic tastes. As intellectual air signs, they are skilled meditators who avoid conflict and prioritize relationships. Huh. Indecisiveness. Oh, hold on, though. That's real. Indecisiveness. Due to their ability to see every side of a situation, they often struggle to make quick decisions, which can lead to analysis paralysis. Yo, okay. This is getting real, though. That one Rich Rod audio is kind of funny. The problem with Rich Rod is he's trying to start fights on my behalf with other YouTubers. And it's like, Rich, like he's acting like a mad dog, you know? Diplomacy and balance, symbolized by the scales, Libras are masters of compromise, seeking to create harmony and fairness in their relationships and environment. Charming and social, they are generally outgoing and friendly, often using their natural charm to create a sense of ease around them. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. Aesthetic appreciation with a love of beauty, they often gravitate towards fashion, interior design, and art. I don't know about that one. Conflict avoidance, they dislike confrontation and may go out of their way to maintain peace, sometimes at the expense of their own needs. I mean, that's sometimes true. I definitely don't like conflict. It makes me uncomfortable. Okay, but have you considered that Colt needs to get that MBG two-piece combo for the content? Thanks, Eric. You're helping me out here. Apparently, this is pretty accurate. It says romantic nature. As Venus-ruled signs, they're often seen as romantic and can be natural flirts who value partnership. Sorry if I've been flirting with anybody in the chat. Libras are considered the judges of the zodiac, capable of analyzing situations from multiple perspectives to ensure fairness. Interesting. Yeah, I've never really looked into zodiac signs, but that's pretty interesting stuff right there. That's true, Michael. Michael, what's your zodiac sign? It means you're prone to toxic relationships. MBGR zodiacs aren't compatible. I guess this is goodbye. Oh, what do you mean? No, that can't be true, masochist mode. I know that's a real zodiac sign, but for some reason that just sounds crazy. Like Matt is like, I'm a Cancer. Like, that just sounds crazy. Taurus. Let's see, Taurus. It's an earth sign known for being dependable, stubborn, and deeply sensual. Whoa. Often described as the anchor of the zodiac, ruled by Venus, they value stability, comfort, and high quality experiences. Well, no wonder why you're here, Michael. And they're recognized for their loyalty, patience, and love for indulgence. Reliability and dependability. As a fixed sign, Taurus is considered one of the most reliable and consistent signs, often seen as hardworking and stable. Stubbornness, their bull-headed nature, makes them uncompromising and set in their ways. Sensuality and luxury. Taurus loves indulgence, including good food, high-quality clothing, and MBG. Practicality and patience. They are grounded, realistic, and willing to work long and hard to achieve their goals. Routine-oriented. They dislike sudden changes and prefer consistency, stability, and familiarity in their lives. And then possessive/loyal. They're devoted to their loved ones, but can be possessive. This explains a lot, Michael. Leo? Oh, God, wait. Ghetto God. What is that? Bro, I love how it's got the stash, bro. I love that. I love it. Amazing. You guys with the AI. All right. Oh, wait, hold on. Why oh, there we go. Hellbound's a Leo. Primarily known as a confident, charismatic, and dramatic fire sign ruled by the sun. Ooh. Represented by the lion. Leos are natural born natural-born leaders who thrive in the spotlight, known for their creativity, loyalty, and generous, warm-hearted nature. They are magnetic and commanding, often taking charge in both personal and professional settings. Leos have a flair for drama and love self expression through arts, fashion, and performing. They are fiercely protective of loved ones and big hearted in their relationships. They possess high self esteem, radiating energy, and ambition to achieve their goals. Leos enjoy being admired and dislike being ignored, often needing validation to feel secure. And as a fixed sign, they can be inflexible and set in their ways. They are often considered king or queen of the jungle of the zodiac due to their bold, sunny, and protective personalities. So, in other words, Hellbound's a big cat. I think, hold on, I think, yeah, so Mrs. MBG is also a Libra. So, we're both Libras. Sagittarius. Let's see what Sagittarius is. I'm gonna have to rename this. See what I mean? You see what I mean? You see why I gotta go with MBG Live? Go with MBG Live. I don't gotta rename nothing. Best known as the adventurous, optimistic, and blunt archer of the zodiac, driven by an insatiable, freedom-loving. Wait, what? Yeah, an insatiable, freedom-loving, and philosophical quests for knowledge. Ruled by Jupiter, they are independent, enthusiastic, and often travel the world seeking new experiences. They despise being constrained, constantly craving new adventure and knowledge, often acting as wanderers of the zodiac. Known for brutal honesty, as I learned today, Shadowlink, they are direct, straightforward, and lack a filter, sometimes neglecting to consider the feelings of others. They maintain a positive, sunny perspective, using their humor to entertain, though they can be careless at times. As seekers of truth, they are often interested in higher learning, philosophy, and exploring different cultures. As a fire sign, they possess immense, sometimes restless energy and are highly self reliant. Their go big or go home mentality often makes them trailblazers who refuse to be held back by convention and save up for SUVs. So there you go. Damn. I'm going to end up having to look them all up. Scorpio. Yo, Scorpio sounds sick. They're renowned for their intense passion, mysterious nature, and fierce determination. As a water sign ruled by Pluto and Mars, they are deeply emotional, intuitive, and possess a magnetic, sometimes intimidating charisma. Known for being fiercely loyal, they also are associated with secrecy, jealousy, and transformative, powerful presence. Scorpios approach life, work, and relationships with unmatched enthusiasm and deep focus. They are known to keep their true feelings hidden, creating an air of enigma and intrigue. As a water sign, they have an uncanny ability to read people, sense hidden motivations, and uncover the truth. They possess a never give up attitude and are adept at transforming challenges into personal triumphs. Once trust is earned, Scorpios are incredibly devoted friends and partners. Their intensity can lead to possessiveness, jealousy, manipulation, and stubbornness. They dislike dishonesty and superficiality, preferring to delve deep into the core of any matter. Scorpios are often seen as the most intense sign, capable of intense loyalty, but also prone to deep emotional or vindictive responses when betrayed. Yo, Ray, what are you planning now that I got that Xbox? Now I'm scared. I'm going to start a tarot card stream, bro. That manipulation life. There's so many. I agree, all true. Ray, would you say that's accurate? Wait, hold up. My fiance is an Aries. Educate me so I can impress her. All right, Eric. I got you. Says Aries are best known as the bold, confident, and energetic trailblazers of the zodiac. As a cardinal fire sign ruled by Mars, they are characterized by their natural leadership, impulsive go-getter attitude, and passionate, often competitive nature. They are trailblazers who take charge, initiate action, and fiercely chase goals, Driven by a fiery, enthusiastic spirit, they often dive headfirst into a new challenge and adventure. Aries value independence, honesty, and straightforward communication, often acting as a direct force. Their doer mentality can lead to haste, restlessness, and a low tolerance for delays. They are brave, often fighting for what is right, and act as fiercely loyal allies to friends. Aries are often described as the baby of the zodiac due to their innocent yet sometimes self-centered high energy approach to life. So there you go. I don't know if that sounds accurate, but Steven, you're saying, yeah, that's you. Steven's back. Ghetto Gods in Aries, March 31st. Huh. Lady Gamer, I'm a Libra too. We're basically considered the judges. We strive for balance, apparently. That's our big thing. Balance and compromise. Balance and everything. Oh. All this research on the zodiac signs is making my PC go crazy. Is it gonna by the way, I meant to ask you guys, kind of going back to gaming, Pisces, Capricorn. All right. Damn. Well, yeah, Capricorn, you already know. It's in your name. Quarantined Capricorn. You are the law. I am the law. I am the law. It just is amazing. Like, it's just one of the best lines ever created. And Gordon, let's see here. We got Gordon Jelson. Was that always your name? Gordon, but Gordon comes in, renews their membership, comes back to greatness awaits. Greatness has been achieved. Gordon, thank you so much for that. He's keeping the train rolling today, guys. I mean, we are looking good today, my friends. We're sitting at 56. 56. Guys, should I make like a large Xbox unboxing goal? I kind of feel bad because like Shadowlink and Steven dropped. But I don't know. I don't know if it'd be better to go in with a larger goal, having a portion of it already completed, or if it would be better to just go in fresh with a new goal. I'm not quite sure. By the way, guys, I have a little, I got something for you. So, the way we've been doing it for a while now on the channel, Sensei MBG knows the future. Indeed. See, now that's the gaming survivor I like. Oh, Steven never left. He was here the whole time. Gordon says, had to renew my membership, MBG. Good to be back. Thank you so much for that, man.
Thank you.
Your soundbite.
Appreciate it.
So you guys know that the way we've been doing it on the channel for a while now is when we hit 25 members, we we feed the beast. When we hit 50, I do some reps. I think for 75 we might do drums. I got to figure out the drum thing. Like, I don't know if that's actually something people like or not, because it sounds kind of not great. Well, we could do that today. I mean, we could experiment. If we do hit 75 today, I don't know if we will, but if we do, we could try it out again. But after Thursday's stream, we're going to have a new, we're going to have the fourth goal. Okay. I've never really knew what to have for a goal of 100, but there will be something in place after Thursday that anytime we hit 100, that'll be the reward. You'll find out what it is. Where's, okay. There we go. Okay. Got the drum. Meet the Cheater says, I like turtles. Cool, man. Cool. Thanks for letting us know. 100 would be cool to see gameplay for an hour or something. I think I'm going to... Look, it's so hard for me not to talk to you guys about like what I want to do on the channel. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to be like, I've always been honest about this, but I mean, I got to be more honest with myself where it's like, I can't deny, like, dude, I hate streaming gameplay. I've never, and I've just like, I've always told you guys, like, I could never get comfortable with it. And I thought after all these years of doing it, like, I would be more comfortable with it. And I've never gotten comfortable with it ever. So I think what I might do, on occasion, but I got to be careful. I got to think about how I would want to do it because there's spoilers and stuff like that. But I think I might get back to doing game reviews. Uh, not something super intense, just more casual game reviews. And I mean like video reviews. That's something I would like to do. I always get so easily discouraged with that. But there might be times where I just put up pre-recorded gameplay footage, not all the time, but just on occasion. So it's, it is my gameplay, but it's not, again, I'm not playing it live. Cause I just never, I'm not saying I'll never live stream gameplay again. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's going to be on super rare occasion. Like, I mean, really rare, where there's like something very specific I want to do, because I just have never been able to slide into that flow of, like, I see people do it all the time where they can just stream entire games. I'm like, I have no idea how you do it. I really don't. I'm kind of jealous because I just can't get comfortable with it. Luis, a member for 25 months. Thank you for that, buddy. Saying, come on to the stream for a good chat about the state of play. Absolutely loving the Zodiac research. I'm Aquarius. Big up, MBG. I'll look up Aquarius since you used your milestone on that. Luis, thank you, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. You can pull a game in Discord, pick like 4 games. No, see, that's the opposite of what I want, Ray. Like, not only do I not want to stream live gameplay, but I definitely don't want people to decide what I'm going to stream. If I ever do. Let me see. So, what are Aquarius known for? Aquarius. It's an air sign known for being the most innovative, progressive, and humanitarian sign of the zodiac, often described as eccentric, intellectual, and fiercely independent. Aquarians, oh nice, are visionary thinkers who challenge conventions and prioritize social justice. Yo, we got an SJW in the chat. I'm just kidding. They are, however, known for being emotionally detached, stubborn, and unpredictable. It says, as the water bearer, they are focused on large-scale societal change and improving the world. They are highly creative, analytical, and forward-thinking, often excelling in fields like science, technology, and social action. Aquarius marches to the beat of its own drum and dislikes following authority or traditional rules. While friendly and social, they can appear aloof, cold, or emotionally detached, preferring to exist in their minds or focusing on big ideas over deep personal intimacy. They often display unique, eccentric, or non-conventional personal styles. And it says, despite their attached nature, they are reliable friends who value deep platonic bonds and community. Though often mistaken for a water sign, Aquarius is the final air sign, which explains their intellectual and at times detached approach to life. So there you go, bro. Everyone will pick Sekiro. Yeah, exactly. That would never even be an option. But yeah, I don't know. That was something I was thinking about where I feel like maybe it would be cool sometimes while I'm streaming. And I don't know, maybe people wouldn't like it. Like, I was thinking about Resident Evil 9 and how it would be cool. I don't think I could do it like when the game comes out because people are going to want to play it themselves. They don't want things spoiled. But maybe like a week or 2 after it comes out, I just record some of the gameplay that I've done or just record gameplay in general. And, on a random live I'm doing, I could just have it kind of playing in the background. But I don't know if people would actually like that or not. I don't know if that's just one of those things where it's like, this is totally unnecessary, or if maybe for some people it would enhance the experience where they would like watching some gameplay. But yeah, I have to just be honest with myself in that I've never truly thoroughly enjoyed streaming gameplay because I've just never been able to get comfortable with it. I've just never been able to do so. I mean, maybe in the future, if I'm playing another multiplayer game or something, like when I would stream some Dead by Daylight when I was playing that, or way back in the day, a couple PUBG matches. That's a little bit different, you know, like just playing a random live service that I'm used to. That's pretty easy, you know. Music Maker Man, you're Aquarius. How much to get you to stream Starfield? I mean, I could do something like that. Yeah, if I really want to take advantage of you guys, pay up. I'll tell you how much it'll cost to get me to play Starfield. See, that's one of those things. I'll be honest, like I can't tell if people would actually want that or if that's just messed up. Because I'll sit here and I'll be like, nah, I don't want to make people pay for that. But if people are like, no, we want to, because we know you don't want to, so we'll gladly pay to watch you suffer. And I'm like, well, can't we just all get along here? Michael says, glad I could help bring in a topic that gave people some joy and common ground. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Get away from that Xbox talk, you know? Jeez. Sweating over here. Nobody wants to see Starfield. Dude, I've tried getting into Bethesda RPGs before, and I just never could. I've just never understood the allure of Bethesda RPGs. I've never understood, like, I see people all the time say they put like thousands and thousands of hours in these games, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't need to get it, though. I respect it, but I don't get it, you know? I assume it's probably how some people look at like Souls games, where they're like, I don't get it. But it doesn't change the fact that people love it. People put thousands of hours in those games too. Masochist Mode says there are channels that do that. I mean, I guess it's an option. It's always an option, you know? But what is the expectation, though? Is it like, hey, guys, here's a goal. If we hit this goal, I will force myself to play Starfield, like on stream or something. And then it's like, okay, yeah, now you have to keep playing it. Like, no. Like, it's a one-time deal. Yo, I remember William Aguilar. I don't think he's here right now, but I remember he was telling me, he's like, how much do you want to play, I think it was like Legend of Dragoon. And I was like, I don't know, man. I'll get back. I never got back to him. Can you stream the new Horizon game? Are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, hell yeah, I'm going to stream that, dude. I still got to fix my damn capture card. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sitting here talking about streaming, and I'm like, I still haven't fixed my damn capture card. At least I don't think I have. I got to hook. I forgot to hook it up. Ray, we were talking about this, and I said I was going to mess around with it. I never did. I always say I'm going to do this and that, and then when the stream ends, I just totally forget about it. But I really got to figure that out, because the way things are right now, I can't stream. I mean, I could stream from my PS5, but personally, I just want to see you miserable. So Starfield seems nice. Yeah, I think that might have to be how it goes. That's the role that gameplay is going to play on my channel. People want to see me miserable and they want to see me suffer. Pay for MBG's protection. Bro, I actually want to play that, though. What, the Horizon multiplayer? I mean, I'll try it. Sure. Like, if they do a beta, I'll be like, yeah, I tried Concord, like, I got a Concord Platinum. So, of course I'm going to play this Horizon game. Probably get the Platinum for that, too. See, you guys can't make me suffer because I already make myself suffer. I make myself suffer worse than you guys ever could. I was going to say I got the Platinum for Starfield. It's not even out on PS5. I already got that Platinum for Starfield. Your Libra, September 23rd, exactly the day it starts. MBG no-hit Elden Ring run incoming. That would never happen. I don't know. What's up with freaks like that, bro? And then you got freaks that are beyond freaks, where they're like, I'm gonna do an Elden Ring no-hit run with my dance mat or my Guitar Hero guitar. I mean, we talk about non-human entities walking among us, and I'm like, we should probably investigate these people to make sure they're actually human. Because that's not normal. Get the platinum before they shut Hunter's Gathering down. That's what I did for Concord. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all think I'm joking about that Concord platinum. My stream's freezing. It doesn't like that I'm talking about Concord. Just depends on the player, really. Some people can just love a game like that. Like for Ghost of Tsushima Legends 1, my buddy has over 8,000 hours played. That's absurd. 8,000 hours? Bro is just living in that game. Sucker Punch should give that man an award or a plaque of some kind. That's wild. I mean, I think I put like 130 hours in total into Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, and I think like 30 of those hours, or 35, were on Legends. You're playing the crap out of Neo 3. Hope you check it out in your free time. I did play the demo, and I was struggling to get a feel for it. So naturally, I'm avoiding buying it and playing it. But I'll be honest, if Neo 3 was like the only game coming out for like the next 2 months or something, I maybe would buy it and really try to get into it. But I know that that's a game that's going to take a long time for somebody like me to really get a feel for. And I'm not willing to dedicate that time knowing how close Resident Evil is. You have 300 hours in Concord. Pretty sure I have more. You have 953 hours in Fallout 76. Guys, I'm not appreciating the lack of surprise when I say I have the Concord Platinum. I don't appreciate this. Like, you guys think I'm lying? It's either you think I'm lying or you're not surprised. It's one or the other. But there seems to be a fair amount of indifference here. 1,000 hours in MGS1. That's impressive. MGS1, a game that can be beaten like 6 or 7 hours. How many hours did it take me to get the Concord Platinum? I forget the exact number. I don't think it was something crazy, though. It's like 100 hours. It was like 100 hours. What do you do in Fallout 4 for 10,000 hours? Eric says he's never played a live service game. Which Concord, though? There's so many. The first one, the original. Jim Ryan would be thrilled. I've seen the receipts, MBG. I know you got it. Ray knows. Eric says you're lying. You think I'm lying? Eric, you think I would look you dead in the face and lie about getting Concord's Platinum? Eric, I wouldn't lie to you, man. My brother has 12,000 hours. My voice quivers reading that. 12,000 plus hours in Escape from Tarkov. My God. That's 12,000 hours in any game is just wow. Wow, man. How many years is that? Or days, not that can't be years. Right? How many days is 12,000 hours? Oh my God, it's more than it's 500 days. Oh man. Bro has lived in this game world for 500 days. Opinion on Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm trying to play something before R9 comes out. I played it. I enjoyed it. I platinumed that game. I thought it was good. It's a collectathon. I think it was a little bit underrated, man. I'm not going to lie. I think people were a bit... It was fun. It was fun. Just, don't expect the greatest game ever made, but I give it a solid 7.5 out of 10, man. And I enjoyed it. That's exactly what you think, Eric. I'm not lying to you, man. Exactly. See, TZ Mech gets it. He says, not surprised. You would never lie. I would never lie. Bro, I was mid bench press when you said which Concord. I laughed and almost dropped the weight. Michael, be careful, bro. Last thing I want to find out is Michael died under the bench because of me. The last thing you'll ever hear. The last words that make it to Michael's brain as he's choking to death with a bar on his neck is he's fading out and he hears me saying, Eric, look at me. Do you think I would lie to you about Platinum and Concord? And that's just the last thing he ever hears. That's cursed, man. Be more careful. You don't want that to be how you go out. There could be worse ways to go out, but that's not ideal. That's definitely not ideal. Gaming Survivor, I warned you, son. Keep Mrs. MBG's name out your mouth, bro. Breaking the mold. Oh, okay. It's about mold. That's fine. You know what? You can make all the jokes you want, Gaming Survivor. I painted my basement with anti-mold paint. I had a moldicide paint. Yeah, I opened up that stratagem. I don't believe MBG on this. You don't believe that I have the Concord Platinum. If I wasn't so ashamed of it, I would show it to you. But there's just some things a man's got to live with alone. There's some burdens a man has to carry alone. Eric says, bro, post a picture of the Platinum because there ain't no way. I remember the stream where you emptied a full mag into someone and they still didn't die. You couldn't have. Eric, all right, I want to ask you this question, Eric. On a scale from 1 to 10, how shocked would you be if I did have that Platinum? If you could just rate that for me. I've never had a game make me more sick than that one. Wait, what? 130 hours in The Witcher 3. A 9 out of 10. I expect it to be a 10. Well, all right, listen, one of two things will happen at some point. You know what the craziest thing is? Do you know what the craziest shit is? Is if I were to show it to you guys, you would be like, that's AI. That's AI. I would have to literally record myself booting up my PlayStation and showing you it. But you know what? I'll make a deal with you guys. When I retire, okay? When I retire, I will show you my Concord Platinum. God, that sounds weird. I'm going to expose my Concord Platinum to you privately. When I retire, I will show it to you. Or if I ever get desperate enough, maybe I'll make a goal. I'll make some kind of crazy goal. And if we ever hit it, I'll show it to you. My favorite Concord is Concord Factions. Concord Factions. How many memberships will you donate, Eric, if I do have it? MBG unlocked a new War Bond anti-mold paint. Do you guys know what I had to do to get that Platinum? Like, do you understand? Listen to me. I want you to listen to me. Listen real close. The clock was ticking. It was ticking. It never stopped. Had like 72 hours. I was doing matches of Concord, and in between each round, doing reps. In other words, I was playing rounds of Concord in between my workouts. Not like the workouts themselves, in between each set. Okay? Jumping off the map. Trying to end the match as quickly as possible. You don't know what I've been through. See, that's the thing. When people hear me complaining about Sony and their live service games, they don't know who it's coming from. It's like, I know. I did my time. That sounds like the plot of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Concord Platinum Gold during the State of Play on Tuesday. I don't think the world's ready to find out MBG as the Concord Platinum. I really don't think the world's ready for that. All right. Because it's like, bro, how could you hate this game so much and get the platinum? When I talk to you guys about my platinum, my trophy hunting problem, I don't think people quite took it seriously enough. People always think it's like, it's not that serious. No, it's serious. It's dead serious. But I just don't think the world's ready. I think more time has to go by. More time has to go by. And when it does, eventually, I told myself I would only reveal it when I retire, but who knows? Who knows when I'll retire? Okay, now I'm questioning if he really got his Xbox. His nose is growing like Fulnocchio's right now. MBG Concord 2 Reloaded, Concord 3 The Last Hope. I played all three. The Last Hope, bro. I played all three as well. I mean, literally, Concord went through those motions. There was Concord. Concord 1 was the reveal in the beta. Concord 2 Reloaded was the launch when Sony thought, we got this. Concord 3 The Last Hope was basically like the last 2 weeks where they announced it shutting down, and there's little hope to get that platinum. Time's running out. In all seriousness, is the Concord Platinum the rarest in PlayStation history? That is the rarest platinum trophy in PlayStation history, correct? I remember seeing clips of people on both teams jumping off the map at the end of games as soon as possible. Yeah, I know. I was there. PT doesn't have a platinum. PT probably would be if it had a platinum. Have you thought about an addiction rehab for your trophy hunting issue? No. It's not a problem, Michael, unless I say it's a problem. It's not a problem. It was only up for 2 weeks. I don't know what to believe. You've been capping so much in these streams. PT did not have a platinum. What are you talking? Even I know that. That's not true. Now you're messing with me, Jeff. All right, hold on. Now, I need to look it up now. What is the rarest PlayStation Platinum trophy? Based on the data from tracking sites like PSN Profiles, some of the rarest platinum trophies, often with 0.1% acquisition rates, include Red Out 2, Fall Guys, Tetris Effect, and DMC5. All right, hold on. Let me be more direct. Is Concord the rarest platinum trophy? Concord has one of the rarest, if not the rarest, platinum trophy in PlayStation history, with only around 70 players earning it before the game was shut down, just 2 weeks before release, because the servers went online. This ultra rare trophy is likely impossible to earn now. 70 people. I'm a special one. DMC5 sounds like a fun challenge for you. I've heard horror stories about that one, bro. I've heard the horror stories about DMC5. No, thank you. Only 70 people. That's MBG and 69 others. Damn right. There were only 70 people who bought the game. Oh, man. Congrats on being one of the 70. Thank you, Smurf. See, Smurf's a believer. Smurf is a believer, and I love to see it. Thank you, Smurf. He gets it. He knows what's up. Hold on, my YouTube studio crashed again. I hate that it does that. That's so damn annoying. MBG is a Concord vet. I'm a Concord veteran. You have no idea what I've seen. You have no idea what I've seen. Will Fair Games be a Concord? I'm sorry. I just booted up YouTube and it says blackened. But it's blacker. Like Metallica's blackened. Okay. What the hell is happening on YouTube anymore, man? Why is that even being recommended to me? I don't think Fair Games will be another Concord. I think Sony, I don't know. I don't think Fair Games will be a success, but, well, it could be a success, but if it is, it's going to be a small success. But I don't think that it could be a Concord because, like, surely they've learned. I don't know that anything Sony does could be another Concord. I mean, this Horizon game is looking pretty, I don't know, but am I going to get the platinum for Horizon Hunter's Gathering? Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Masochist mode. I mean, that sometimes that's me. I become a masochist with this stuff. So yeah, probably. All right, let me see something here. Where are we at? Where are we? Netflix film Stranger Things, The First Shadow. Oh, no, hold on. Never mind. I'm looking around right now, and I'm just checking to see if anything. Wait. Hold on. I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to go on the PlayStation YouTube channel. I'm going to go under Live, State of Play. There are currently 252 people waiting for the State of Play. What? Guys. It doesn't start for another 2 days. Why are there 250 people here? It says 649. Well, that's concerning. Did you need to play the MGS Delta multiplayer to get the platinum? No. All of the trophies for Metal Gear Solid Delta are single player. There are no trophies for the multiplayer. You probably wouldn't even be able to find a match in the multiplayer. They straight up abandoned it, which I didn't think they would do, but they did. So, guys, do you think they're about to raise the price of PlayStation Plus? Because I think they're about to raise the price of PlayStation Plus. One streamer is waiting there until it starts. They're live streaming it right now. Wait, really? Jeff, you got to be kidding me. What? You can't be serious. Oh, dude, I was going to say, like, yo, why am I not doing that? Yeah, I should start my State of Play stream now. Can't you just pull up trophies on your phone? I can. Roadkill, if I wanted to cause my chat to melt down right now, I could. Oh, I could. But I'm not going to. You can either believe me when I tell you I have the Concord Platinum or don't believe me. If you don't believe me, I'm not going to be upset with you. If you say I'm not going to believe you until you show me, I look thinner. I shaved my face, tarnished. I'm rolling with the stash. MBG, my PlayStation Plus premium price is fixed at $10 no matter what the price increase is. Well, the reason why I'm thinking PlayStation Plus might go up in price is because Sony just said during their earnings that rather than increasing the price of their hardware or the PlayStation console, they are thinking about trying to find other ways to further monetize the player base. One of those ways could be through subscriptions. Apparently, it's been leaked out that Spider-Man 2 is going to be joining PlayStation Plus Extra for the February lineup. And I'm like, dude, that's pretty quick. And I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're going to be like, Spider-Man 2's in the lineup and we're increasing the price. You know what I'm saying? Because people are going to be like, oh my God, they're like, this is a big deal. They're starting to put like better games. But I'm wondering if they're going to increase the price. So be prepared for that, man. I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. But, you know, we will see. I just keep in mind I'm telling you this. So if we see a PlayStation Plus price hike in the coming weeks, remember who said it first. Marathon hands-on event in China impressions leaked. First hands-on event outside of North America, indicating Bungie's emphasis on that Chinese community. Blown away most by the expanded world building / narrative. The tutorial and faction intros give clear origins and motivations. Players can even discover the will of Dr. Strauss, a key figure who connects many narrative threads from the original Marathon games. Personal impressions are that the PvE is extremely challenging. AI is constantly calling in reinforcements as time goes on, so there is no clearing the map. That sounds so stressful. Environmental hazards like poison gas vents, perimeter turrets, and landmines everywhere as well. Meds / shields are expensive to buy from vendors that by the end of the play session, the reviewer could not even afford them unless he sold all of his buffs. Early combat or PvP is almost guaranteed to be a net loss. Expects the high-risk exploration experience to push players to focus on missions to upgrade their base stats. Expects there to be little to no player cooperation, calling every enemy calling every enemy player a loot pinata. Goddamn enemies. It sounds like I'm calling them enemas. As for objective improvements since the alpha, the UI has seen a massive overhaul, but still finds the UI logic a bit awkward. In-game visuals also seem like a massive upgrade, environments giving off a much darker and mysterious tone, comparing it to Pathways into Darkness and the original Marathon trilogy. Skill distribution across all classes is fairly balanced, allowing for flexible team compositions. Multiple shells have movement abilities. Cosmetic Shop and Battle Pass were unavailable at the event, but each runner has 6 base appearances tied to each faction. 28 guns, and each has 2 or more skins, with some even altering the weapon model. Each gun has 1 charm slot and 3 sticker slots, which player can unlock. Which I'm trying, which the players can unlock by completing challenges. That's it. The enemy of the state. MBG, why do you hate PlayStation now? Putting out price hikes for PS Plus in the universe like that. Why do you do that? I'm not. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. I guess yeah. Spider-Man. I guess Spider-Man is over 2 years. Yeah, you're right, man. I'm losing track of time. Sony basically confirmed they're going to increase the price of PS Plus, prioritizing monetization of the installed base to date and striving to further expand their software revenue. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we have to, just be on the ready, be on guard. I don't know. I do want to get my hands on. Yo, okay, hold on. Brian Deckhart hints at a Detroit Become Human sequel. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. He didn't hit, that's a lie. Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, get your stuff together, man. He did not do that. He posted the open eyes emoji for the state of play. That's not that doesn't mean he's teasing a sequel. Like that doesn't mean that at all. Detroit Become Herman Hulse. I'm really curious to get my hands on Marathon though, because I can tell that this is going to be one of these games where it's either going to click and I'm going to enjoy it, or it's going to be something where I'm like, no, thank you. I don't know if I'm going to like Marathon or not, man, but I do like what I've seen of the combat, though. That's kind of the thing that is making me a little bit more excited about it, where every time they've shown it off recently and I'm seeing the first person shooting, I'm like, that looks good. I kind of like the way that looks. Tokyo Fire Herman Holst. It's a multiplayer Detroit Become Human game. Yeah, with the Fortnite aesthetic. They're going all in on it. That's crazy. All right, what else do we have here? Looks like they announced Battlefield 6 Season 2. That took a while. Control has topped 5 million sales and attracted 20 million players. That's pretty good. Lies of P and the Overture DLC have surpassed 4 million units sold combined. Very good. Very, very good. That's good stuff, man. I can't wait till we see Lies of P2. I wonder when that's going to be ready to be revealed. What if that were to show up at the State of Play? Lies of P was awesome. I love that game, man. A Connor spinoff is on the way. Well, it's worth noting because, yeah, I mean, look, a lot of people were looking at this guy's. They were looking at his post and assuming this might have something to do with Detroit Become Human, but underneath his post, he put a link, I think, for his live stream. He's going to be live streaming it, and he may have nothing to do with it. In fact, I'd say he probably doesn't. I mean, I think people forget that Detroit Become Human was, that's a my God, what's the name of the studio? I'm drawing a blank. David Cage's Quantic Dream. It's Quantic Dream, and Sony and Quantic Dream are not together anymore in any way. So I don't know who owns the IP. I don't know if Sony owns the Detroit Become Human IP or if that's something that Quantic Dream would own. But I don't think anything's going to come of it. I never did get to play the Lies of P DLC. I wanted to, and I still would like to at some point, but this is the struggle I have with DLC, man, no matter how amazing it looks, is the thing about DLC is it requires me to get back into a game after already like laying it down. You know what I mean? Where it's like, as much as I want to play the Liza P DLC, I just know that I have to relearn everything. Like I'm basically starting over again. I haven't retained anything from that game in terms of like skill. And this is why I wish for DLC that's much closer to launch. And I know that's not always feasible, but it just feels like it's much easier for me to, you know, be open to playing the DLC when it's closer in proximity to the actual release of the game. But I don't know if one day I'll overcome that. Come to think of it, it's rare that I play DLC. It's rare, man. You know what I actually prefer? Like, you know what I would have preferred so much more is if they're like, Liza P Overture is a $30 standalone expansion, and you can buy a physical copy, and it's got like a platinum. Like, basically sell it to me as a smaller game. That to me is so much more enticing. Like, dude, I would be on that day one because it feels different, man. I don't know. It feels like the message is, yeah, we kind of are starting again. DLC, especially when it's like a year removed or something, makes me feel like it just feels awkward. It feels like they're inserting chunks of the game that fall somewhere in the middle, and it's just like, we've added more to this game now. So I much prefer standalone expansions and treating those expansions as just kind of like almost like mini new game releases. I will take that any day of the week over, you know, here's a DLC 9 months later and it's just an add-on. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm alone in that. But I can't imagine I'm the only one. They publish the game and they hold the trademark for the title itself. Quantic Dream retain the IP rights. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say Quantic Dream probably isn't doing anything with Detroit. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what? Maybe they are going to announce like a remaster or something. That'd be kind of smart of them. Guys, did you guys see the last game that Quantic Dream announced? Did you guys see it? I'll show it to you.
The tapestry, where past, present, and future entwine. Where the gods once shaped the fate of man and empires. But the gods are gone now, and in the chaos they left behind, some of us obtained abilities no mortal was meant to hold. To break the laws of nature, command legions of beasts, bend the elements to their will, summon storms of fire and fortresses of iron, to unleash even the might of the legendary Titans. This battle may save our world, or lead it to its destruction. One thing is for certain. Our future is in your hands.
The amount of damage that Fortnite has done to this industry needs to be studied. Quantic Dream is apparently still developing that Star Wars game, but this is the game that's releasing. We went from Detroit Become Human to this. Okay? Like, I'm not even trying to be a hater, but it's just true that, man, Fortnite has done irreparable damage to this industry. And there's just no way around it. In no world should, I'm sorry, but it's just like in no world should Quantic Dream be making a game like this. Especially after what they did with Detroit. And this is why it's just so hard not to be cynical, man. It's like, what the hell was that? Like, look, that game by itself isn't even that offensive because it just looks like so many other games. Just like the Horizon multiplayer, it's not offensive. The part that when it becomes offensive is when you're like, who? Who is developing it? You know, and then you get hurt because you're like, oh, you know, like it's hard not to feel bad about it. That's all. You know, these are games that you would never imagine studios like this developing, but here we are. Here we are. Just admit you lost to Fortnite and make a different game than Fortnite. I know, right? I'm tired, boss. When publishers started prioritizing profits instead of being passionate about making games, things went downhill. I try to understand, like, there is a business side of this where I get it, man. I get it. Like, you see the success of Fortnite. We just talked about how. Thank you, Yas. Thank you. We just talked about how I think that's a compliment. Sony announced they made more money on microtransactions than everything else combined on the entire PlayStation ecosystem. That's full game sales, digital game sales, console sales, subscriptions combined. And I get it. There's like an imperative. It's like when you look at the numbers and you look at the data, you're like, how can we not chase this? But my whole thing about it is like, I'm sure there's data that tells you need to make a game look like this. It's got to look like that. This is what that audience expects. My whole thing is like, why not just the live service mentality doesn't have to be so bad if you just are willing to not make it so redundant, you know, and make it so, of course, that's what it looks like. Of course, that's your live service game. You know what I'm saying? Like, lean into something more unique, something that I think at this point that would stand out more. But then again, man, we've seen like we've been watching developers lean into like Gooner bait and stuff, and I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, do whatever you gotta do, I guess, to make money. Who am I? Who am I but just a random YouTuber? Josh Z with a $5 super chat says, that's why I want you to react to that video because it talks about a larger industry problem. Yeah, I'll check. That was the Ubisoft one, right? Maybe we could bring that up. I am kind of curious about it, Josh. I'm not going to lie. Who was it? It was Legendary Drops, I think. Not too familiar with him. I've come across him, I think, a handful of times. Wait, why is it not showing up? I talked to Ubisoft devs. It's worse than we could imagine.
Ubisoft
Hold on. Let me see. He has so much hair compared to me. That could be me if I could grow hair and I didn't shave my beard. I don't think my hair would grow in like that though. Pretty sure it wouldn't. What the hell am I talking about? Let's see.
Reach out wanting to make sure that the right story is being told, and these guys are running out of time. While the company has been trying to put on a strong face, pretend like they have a plan moving forward, well, things internally have been falling apart faster and faster every single day, with many developers at the company now believing that this is just going to be the end of Ubisoft, and many of them are just preparing to leave. They've been telling me that there is new leadership that's being put in place that's completely unproven and never even worked on a game before. They've allegedly been lying about their entire plans to be able to save the company. Most of it's all just smoke and mirrors. They've been telling their employees to outright ignore player criticism because we don't know what we're talking about, apparently. And these guys still somehow believe that they are the king of open world games, at least in their eyes. And they've even gone as far as to shut down any conversations at the company around Expedition 33 or Dispatch, games coming from former Ubisoft employees because, well, they don't, really match up with the direction that the company is going in. And also, those games are kind of flukes. Ubisoft isn't listening to reason. They're not listening to their players. They're not listening to their developers. Hell, they just recently fired one for speaking out online. And now the company is sitting at its lowest point in history. So we have the developers coming out to set the record straight. Today's video is sponsored by Displayed, and this one is perfect timing.
God damn it. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, man. I don't know exactly I don't know if I'm going to watch this whole video. I'll watch a little bit of it. I don't know exactly what he's going to say, but I firmly believe Ubisoft is cooked. And I'm not just saying that because it's like, yeah, of course, Ubisoft sucks. No, I just mean like you can only flounder for so long until it's just, bro, watch it at 4 times speed. I mean, I probably could watch this at 2 times speed, but I don't know if you guys would be able to keep up with it. I'm a freak. Well, I guess I'm not really a freak. A lot of people do that.
The 2000s to the early 2010s, it was a ridiculous run. Sands of Time, Splinter Cell, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six Vegas, Rayman Origins. Not all of these games were perfect, but man, these guys had a grip on the industry. Big franchises, real identity, and some real production value. Just solid games all around. Then somewhere in the mid-2010s, the crack started to show, and it stopped just being Ubisoft jank in some of their games, and it started just becoming the entire product. Unity was a disaster. Watch Dogs felt like one of the first times that a ton of people got sold one thing and shipped another. That game did not look anything like its trailers. And yeah, these guys still had some wins in that period. You had Siege and Origins, Far Cry 5, Wildlands, The Division 2, but the rot was already spreading. More formula, more padding, more copy-pasted open worlds full of a shitload of chores, and monetization creeping into everything until single player just barely even meant anything anymore. And that slow decay finally turned into what I view as now an active free fall. Years of fatigue caught up, and now it's just been miss after miss. Avatar, Skull and Bones, X-Defiant, Star Wars Outlaws, even Assassin's Creed Shadows came and went from conversation like it didn't even matter. And none of these games were small bets. These are massive projects, massive budgets, and they didn't pay off. Not a single one of them. Now it's studios being shuttered, layoffs at Massive in Stockholm, leadership shakeups, projects being canceled and delayed, Prince of Persia being one of them. And actually, in some of my conversations with the devs, they told me that they'd heard internally that it was all tied up in this training setup with students in India for cheaper labor, and that game was basically so mismanaged that it just became completely unsalvageable. Now you have investors that are bailing out. Their stock has been in the dirt for years, and on the US stock exchange, it's sitting at under $1. Everything for this company feels like it's getting worse day by day. So yeah, when I say that Ubisoft is out of time, guys, I am not saying that for the title. I am saying that because that's what it looks like from the outside, and apparently that's exactly what it looks like from the inside. Following the recent reports of Ubisoft developers updating their resumes while they're still employed, and also another developer that got fired for criticizing the company on LinkedIn, I had both former and current Ubisoft developers reach out to me. Their identities will be kept secret for very obvious reasons, but they want people to understand what is actually going on inside the studio and where they think all of this is headed. First, I simply asked, how does it feel working there right now? And they answered, in one word, depressing. It feels like nothing can be done at our scale as employees, and the future looks even worse. I asked, do any of the developers see the light at the end of the tunnel, or do they just feel like they're on the Titanic at this point? They come back to me with, well, as far as I can see, there are three main views. One, I have a family, so I can't really move, so I just hope for the best. Two, I'm preparing my resume. And three, I'll probably just leave the industry. I then asked, with everything that's happened with the company, management, and the overall direction, do you guys feel like you're even making games for players anymore? They answered, most of the time it's hard to tell. Many just started working like it's a 9 to 5. I responded, well, is that the overall feeling right now? Most people have just checked out. Where do you guys think this company is headed? They respond, I don't think it's everyone yet, but most people think that the direction is delusional and gripping to the hope of releasing a bestseller like Valhalla at its peak at the pandemic or a Fortnite-like live service. I think that while some don't really think about it, many think that we're just going to end up bought by Tencent for IPs. Well, I'm going to say it's no wonder that these developers feel...
Bro wasn't actually interviewing devs. He was asking AI. Just kidding. Saying Legendary Drops literally keeps making more and more rage bait videos every single day. I'm not too familiar with him, truthfully. Yeah, I don't know, man. Ubisoft, I think there's just no denying they're in some trouble. They're in some shit. Terry Boss with a $3 chat says, top 3 games you want to see at the State of Play. Top 3 games, I want to see Corey Barlog's game. I want to see more Saros. I want to see... I'm trying to keep it within the realm of reality right now. I want to see GTA 6. No, I'm just being honest. I want to see GTA 6, but Saros, Corey's new game, and something. I'm trying to think of something a little bit more realistic. And I think I'd want to see that 2.5D God of War game. I think I'd want to see how that's turning out. If I'm being a little bit more wishful, I would like to see an early reveal announcement of Blue Point's game. We check Legendary Drops' channel. Rage bait. It's over. They want it gone. This is too far. This won't end well. They're done. Well, yeah, Legendary Drops he's following the he's following the formula that works these days, which it's not my cup of tea, but it's all about, it's basically just like looking at all these different companies in gaming, all these different titles, and separating the winners from the losers, and just basically doing, I would say, like, what ultimately feel, I guess, kind of like somewhat video essay-ish type videos, covering why they won, why they lost. And it does seem, I'm looking it over. I mean, it seems like it's a bit split. I'm seeing positive and negative. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. My whole thing, dude, is like, I respect channels that cover like everything that's going on in the industry, but for me, I'm like, I don't know how a person can care this much about all these different publishers. And I guess it's like, if you treat it like it's your duty or something, sure, but I don't know. That's not how I see it. Like, it's like, dude, I look, I'm not rooting for or against Ubisoft. It's like, I don't fucking care. Like, Ubisoft, figure your shit out. If you don't, whatever, bro. Like, I'll be fine with or without you, because I don't care about Ubisoft that much. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but it's like, I definitely would feel different if it was like Capcom. Like, Capcom's on their way out or something. I'd be like, bro, come on, man. Like, you guys make some of the games I'm looking forward to the most. Please figure it out. Hmm. Interesting, Tarnish. Yeah, I don't know. It's insane the company is completely tone deaf. I mean, well, we're also in turbulent times, you know? And I think when there's turbulent times like this, for a multitude of reasons, you're really going to find out pretty quickly like which company's leadership has a clue and which doesn't. And I don't think Ubisoft will. I mean, I can't speak for Ubisoft. I'm speaking about the IP. Like, they have enough IP, and some of this IP has good name recognition and brand recognition that the IP, I think, will survive. Even if Ubisoft goes under, like, the IP will go with somebody. But I don't know, man. I'll be honest, man. I try to be really careful about what I consume on the internet anymore, because everywhere I look, dude, everything's just one giant stream of consciousness half the time, where I don't know. Like, I just take it as it comes, I suppose. Too long didn't read the devs want to do something about the quality of their games, but corporate smothers anything they bring up. That's sad. Yeah, that is sad. It's like we want to. I guess the reason for that is because in order to increase the quality, it would require more time and more money. And from a corporate perspective, they're like, we don't have that. Where that's too risky. And but it's like, well, yeah, but if you want to make a comeback, though, you have to. You're going to need that. Like, you're going to need developers that want to make quality games. Terry Boss with another super chat says, so pretty much no Ubisoft games this year. I don't know. Are there any Ubisoft games launching this year? What Ubisoft games are launching in 2026? I mean, everything I think kind of got delayed, right? Ubisoft's project to have release dates. Well, it says between 2026 and 27. Rayman Remake, Assassin's Creed Hex, Far Cry 7, New Ghost. I mean, as far as I'm aware, none of these games are coming this year, right? I don't think they really have anything. I need to make a comeback in the gym. I will be. Yeah. I'm getting over the flu. So, I mean, I'm pretty much better now. So, I'm going to be getting back on that. No worries, Gaming Survivor. I got my creatine right next to me, bro. I got 2 stacks of creatine and the protein and my Tren. No, I'm just kidding. No. MBG, he responded to me asking him why his videos appear to be right-wing anti-woke leaning. He said, I only talk about what frustrates gamers. Then I asked back, can you talk about the things that frustrate gamers that do not bode well for right-wing too? He declined to respond. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, like, I'll be honest, man. When it comes to the whole conversation about right versus left, and like, dude, I am so checked out. It's not even funny. As I think, I mean, yeah, it isn't. I guess if you're reading into it, it could be saying something. I'm not sure, but I'm just like, bro. Here's my whole thing. You ready? I'm not going to use terms like woke, or I'm not just going to throw terms like racist around and stuff. I feel like people just throw terms around like it's nothing. I'm not going to say right or left. I'm just going to say there's fucking crazy people, and then there's like not crazy people. Do your best to make sure you're associating, whether that be in person or with what you're watching and consuming, with people who don't seem crazy. That's what I would recommend. Because dude, it's it's funny because like when you look at video games and people talk about like the tribalism in video games, I mean, yeah, that it's kind of like a microcosm of what exists outside of video games. That's why I've always told people, like, make sure you keep an open mind on things. Don't ever become so narrow-minded and fixated on one particular thing, because you will get burned by that and you will become insane. You will lose your mind, bro. I'm crazy, but non-politically crazy. Well, there you go. See, that's better, I think. I think that's actually better. Balanced again. This is why you're my favorite Libra. My politics are simple. Don't be an a-hole. Don't talk to a-holes. It's hard, man. I mean, yeah, one of the reasons why I'm like a recluse in life, I think, yeah, I mean, it's funny because I think I'm such a recluse in life because I am a Libra, because I'm just done trying to compromise with people, man. Because it's and I'm not saying it's them, not me, but in a lot of cases it's like, dude, people have their ways about them, and I'm just tired. I don't care anymore, you know? Like I get exhausted, and on the internet it's the same thing, dude. In case you haven't noticed, like I've given up trying to reason and rationalize on the internet. I've given up. I feel free. But something also died in the process where it's like I stopped caring to a degree, where it's like I'm just done trying to explain myself. I'm done trying to rationalize with people who don't want to listen and don't care. And you know, I'm also just I'm at a point where it's like, do what you want to do. Just try not to hurt people. Is that hard? That seems to be a problem that a lot of people can't overcome, or just don't care to overcome. Where it's like, can you do what you do and just not hurt people? And that's where I start to get kind of frustrated as a person, is like people will say, well, it's not my fault if your feelings get hurt. It's like, are you a human being? Oh, you are. So you are. Okay. So you know what it means to have emotions and feelings, and certainly you know what it feels like. You've experienced it before. Somebody has wronged you, or, you know, hurt your feelings or hurt you. You know what it feels like, right? So why do it to others? That's the thing that I'm just like checked out of, where it's like you said, if you want to be an asshole, be an asshole. I don't care. You know, like, just leave me alone, and leave other people alone who don't they don't want to deal with this shit. But it's really hard, though. It's really hard, because if you really start to get really deep into the weeds with this stuff, I mean, you'll get consumed by it, man, where no one's perfect. Oh boy, nobody's perfect. So it's like, you may not be an asshole here, 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 or here, but what about this area of your life? Are you an asshole here? And you might think, no, I'm not. But if you look really deeply into it, it's like, you kind of are. Because, no, you know, we live in a system where of, you know, it's competition. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but it's hierarchies, it's competitiveness. You know, you got the strong survive, only the strong thrive, right? And so if you're weak, good luck. What is weakness? Some believe having feelings is weakness. Being hurt that's weakness. To feel, to care, you're weak. But then maybe people care too much. They allow their care to embolden them, and I care so much, I'm going to go fight the fucking world. And then you kind of become a crazy person, because it's like, you can't fight the world. Stop trying to fight the world. You cannot. You can't move the world. You can't move heaven and earth. Sorry. It's not possible for anybody. So it's, you know, that's why I've landed where I am, where I'm like, okay, well, things are going to be what they're going to be. people are going to be who they are. I just got to worry about my little corner of the planet. And that literally just means, you know what? I'm going to worry about me and my family. I'm going to worry about how I'm conducting myself, my own affairs. And, you know, I come across, like, I used to care much more about the things I would come across. It's like, you know, sometimes I think people, like, a recent example is this whole Horizon thing. Like, I think some people really think, like, God damn, MBG, like, you're so miserable. You just hate so much. It's like, dude, I don't care that much. Believe me. Like, I really don't fucking care that much about Guerrilla Games and that they are over here being like, I do want to make a really giant, obese, peg-legged character in my Horizon Live Service game. It's like, good for you. I think that's very stupid. And I'm not sure why you're going this direction. God damn it. Where's Horizon 3? Years away? Fine. I got something to say for like 1, maybe 2 days after that. Whatever, bro. You know, like I care, but it's like I don't care that much. Like, whatever. I'm still looking forward to Resident Evil 9 in a couple weeks. You know, like, I just think sometimes I think people get me wrong where they're like, but that's the thing. There's also the other side of that where it's like, you don't care enough, dude. And I'm telling you, I'm somebody, maybe I do fall more in the centrist camp with a lot of things. And believe me when I tell you, we live in a day and age, I don't know if it's always been like this, but we live in a day and age where everything has to be fucking taken to the extreme. Earnestly. That's the scary part. Earnestly. Where it's like, no, like, this is the norm. And I'm like, I am tired of the norm. And I think so many people are. Because it's like, just, like, listen. So much of this, you're getting low blood sugar, irritable MBG now. Mustached, irritable MBG. Dude, so much of this. Wait, MRPD, what did you, I think whatever you just said, I think was held by YouTube, bro. Hold on. It was. Why was that held? MRPD, what you said wasn't even bad. YouTube held your comment and you said, I'd rather have a replica of Henry Cavill that I can drool over. And that's the irony of it, right? So now you're gay? MRPD? Huh? Why are you gay? I want to make that a soundbite. Dude, I can't. Like, I'm trying so hard to get out of this zone of YouTube where, like, YouTube clearly is like, you swear too much on your channel. Your channel is not safe for work. And I keep getting put in this hole, but I can't stop because it's like, I can't help myself. I cannot help myself. Yes, I want Rogue Warrior, Mickey Rourke sound bites, and you won't let me. YouTube, you won't let me. What the hell was I? Oh, yeah. And I was just going to say, like, there's just so many people in the world, and I'm one of them. And look, I just want to say what I'm about to say also applies to me. I am self-aware. It applies to me. I'm not just saying it to them. I'm saying it to me. But so much of what I see is like, can you just shut the fuck up? Like, can you do that? Can you? And yeah, me too. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut your mouth. But really, it's so much of that. It's just, everybody thinks they're so important. And it's like, you're not. I read this post the other day and I'm about to bring you all down. I'm about to bring you all down. I'm about to neutralize everybody here. But really think about this. This might change your perspective, maybe even for a day. I read this post and it was like, listen, in 200 years, everyone, including you, everyone you knew and everyone they knew is going to be dead. And their children are going to be dead. Okay? No one's going to remember any of this. No one cares. And that got me thinking, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, what? Like, I knew that, but I didn't really think about that. Like, it's you know what I'm saying? Seeing it laid out for you like that, you're like, hold on, though. And what blew my mind is I was like, yo, so like, there's my parents and my grandparents, but what about my grandparents' grandparents, bro? Who are they? Who are those people? I don't know who they are. I don't know anything about them. And I never have, and I never will. Who did they know? Who were their friends? What was their problem? What was their struggle? It's like, it's just this kind of, I guess, when you see it put out like that, it's like, it should just be a reminder to people that, listen, man, it ain't that deep. Whatever you think is that serious, it ain't that serious. Because time's going to go by, just like it always has. If it's even a real thing, now science is saying it might be an illusion. Oh, surprise, surprise. Could have called that years ago. But politics, MBG, they are serious. You know what, though? I'm not here to say that you shouldn't take anything seriously. I'm just saying you got to know where the line is. And I think so many people have lost sight of that, where they're so lost in their sauce, bro, that it's like, whoa, here, whoa now. Let's let's all take a step back and remember. Just remember, 200 years. Ain't nobody gonna care. Nobody gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. You know what, though? The internet's forever. In 200 years, they're gonna be coming back and they're gonna be watching the stream. It is interesting to think how much technology and the internet might change that thought, though, where there is a chance that in 200 years' time, like my great-great-grandkids who never met me or knew who I was, they could come back to YouTube and be like, oh my God, like, wow, man, my great-great-grandfather was a reread. I'm just kidding. Maybe I'm not kidding. I don't know. Time has to exist. We age. Dude, if you listen, I'm not making this, I'm not going to try to make this too deep, but if you look into the latest science and the latest findings, now they're saying that time, how do they word it? It's like everything that has happened, the past, like, still exists. And it like things that are happening now are changing the past. And I'm like, what do you mean? What are you saying? Like, we can't apparently determine anything in the future, but I don't know. It's just like some weird, crazy science that's coming out about this. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do with that. What is that? Like, there's like implications that I don't know how to explain it. I'm definitely not the person qualified to explain this, but it's almost like if you could imagine, rather than seeing the timeline, like think of your life from like start to where you are now. And to us here now, it's like the past is the past. It may as well not even exist. It's over. It's over. Wait, why? Hold on. Tarnished, we're not talking about that here. God damn it. Don't do it. I will fucking nuke my own stream right now. Motherfucker's gonna make me nuke my own stream. Y'all calm down. Wait, Tarnished is a we were going over the zodiac signs, and there was one. What was Tarnished? Aquarius? Something like that. Anyway. Oh, here we go. All right, guys, I'm wrapping the stream up. Tarnished. You guys can blame Tarnished. I'm wrapping the stream up. No, in all seriousness, though. Oh, you're Scorpion. Boss, come on, man. I gotta do my outro. Ow. Don't scratch me. I have to do my outro. Because I was gonna, I don't know. I'm getting off the rails. I'm over here talking about space-time not being real and the past still exists, and who the hell knows what I'm even saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. But guys, that is going to do it for today. Okay, we're hitting the 3 hour and 15-minute mark. Before I wrap everything up, I want to thank you guys for your support. Thank you for tuning in today. Excuse me. Thank you for dropping direct support, guys. We hit 56 members today. Thank you so much for that. That's a big number. I know I didn't do my reps. I'm going to do them tomorrow for you. All right, maybe I'll open the stream doing them. We'll see. But thank you for the super chats or any direct donations. Guys, I am completely fan funded. I can only do what I do here because you guys make it possible. So thank you so much. And Gaming Survivor, I'll play this song tomorrow. All right. Can't do it every stream. I can't, we can't oversaturate. Save the song. We'll play it tomorrow. What's the name of the song? Breaking. Tomorrow will be a good day to play it. All right. So tune in tomorrow, Gaming Survivor. And I was going to be ending the stream anyway. I'm just kidding, Tarnish. I'm not actually blaming you. I was just joking. But I do want you guys to calm down in the chat. I was going to be ending the stream around this time anyway. I started talking. I'm entering a place of like, I'm talking about space time and the flux capacitor. It's like, not only do you guys got to calm down, I got to calm down. But my blood sugars are also dropping. I haven't eaten in quite some time. And I just don't want to get a headache. That's a thing that seems to happen. You know, I've thought about like trying to like eat little snacks during streams. I'm like, nah, dude, don't be a bitch. All right. But boss, no, we're done. I also want to make sure to give a shout out to Devil Shooter, who does the timestamps for the streams. If you guys see Devil Shooter in the comments with those timestamps, give him some thanks, show him some love. I know he appreciates it. And Devil Shooter, thank you for what you do. And yeah, that's it, guys. So just make sure you hit that like button on your way out. And I did put out a news video earlier. If you want more content, you can check that out. We will be back here tomorrow. I'm going to be rebranding. I'm going to be rebranding the streams. It's just going to be MBG Live. Okay. I'm going to simplify and streamline, but nothing in terms of the streams are going to change. So don't panic if you see that. Okay. Come on in. But that's it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or night. I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, take care, everyone.